Batting practice is over and the grounds crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On-Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a beautiful afternoon here in Portland. It's the Stingers and the Beavers, Game 3 of this 4-game series. Steve Klauke with you at PE Park. It's no longer PGE Park because last night Xavier Nady knocked the G out in the scoreboard sign with a long home run as the Beavers coasted past the Stingers by a final score of 7-2. Portland opening up a game-and-a-half lead over Tacoma in the North Division. The Stingers at 45 and 75, 22.5 games behind the Beavers in the North Division race. The Beavers last year had troubles with Salt Lake. The Stingers beating Portland 12 out of 16 last year. This year it's been another story with last night's win. The Beavers have won 11 out of 14 against the Stingers this year. A change in the starter for the Stingers today. It'll be right-hander Scott Dunn instead of Steve Green, who will go tomorrow. Scott with a record of 7-4. And for the Beavers, it'll be right-hander Brian Sweeney. His record is 9-3. Our guest in the On-Deck Circle, the manager of the Provo Angels, Tom Kochman, who's here on a busman's holiday to watch his son Casey play before he goes on to Great Falls for the series between Provo and Great Falls. We'll have that conversation with Tom next here on ESPN 1230.
Hi, I'm Bob.
And I'm Jim.
Listen, we noticed you got an old hot tub on your deck there.
What? Speak up, Kitty.
Well, we're with All Seasons Hot Tubs. I mean, we bought a hot tub from them.
Let me talk, Bob.
Okay, Jim.
You see, All Seasons has these new hot tubs with super filtration. Crazy strong pressure that just throws you all over the tub. Really psychedelic mood lighting and the sound system that actually uses your hot tub as the speaker.
That's crazy, man. You can hear your music under the water.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, psychedelic. What? Get off my porch.
Yeah, I think we really reached them.
Yeah, me too. Let's go next door.
All right. At All Seasons, we've seen some pretty strange behavior from some of our customers. Maybe it's because of amazing features like customized mood lighting, massaging jets, and a sound system so clear you can hear it underwater. Right now, All Seasons is offering 0% financing for 12 months on all hot tubs. But don't delay. This special offer is only available in August. Call All Seasons today at 298-7665. That's 298-7665.
Most days, a great round of golf feels completely out of reach. Oh, funky dog-loving Dublin anchors. Slice, shank, hook, pull, or just miss. Oh, for the love of Pete. No matter your handicap, you have the chance to play the greatest round of your life when you tee it up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute at Thanksgiving Point and Promontory Ranch Club, August 12th and 13th. You can support their work with the most meaningful golf you can play. After the scores are tallied, Huntsman Cancer Institute is celebrating this year's donation gifts of companies, individuals, and organizations with a special evening of fun and entertainment at the Celebration of Hope Gala Dinner and Auction at the Salt Lake Marriott Downtown Hotel the evening of August 13th. So join us in celebration of the continuing work in progress at the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
I'll take a 9 on this one.
Please call Huntsman Cancer Institute for more information or log on to huntsmancancer.org. Special thanks to Marriott Hotels and Citadel Communications.
Welcome back to the On-Deck Circle. Our guest is the manager of the Provo Angels. Tom Kochman is here. I guess, Tom, on a busman's holiday, a chance to, on an off day for the Provo Angels, get a chance to see your son play.
One of the few days to get a chance to see him play. We had a 10-hour bus ride to Great Falls, so the schedule just hasn't worked out. We traveled from Provo to Ogden, and when we're driving on I-15, I just sort of wave over to the stadium because that's the closest I get a chance to seeing him.
Of course, from the obvious that you get a chance to follow him every which way that you can. You talk to him on a regular basis. Now that he's pretty close to healthy again, he's starting to show exactly what he can do.
Oh, it's just been his thing the last 3 or 4 years, is just staying on the field, and he's had a lot of freak stuff happen to him, and at some point, you know, the luck's got to change, and when he's been on the field, his numbers have been halfway decent, so just hopefully he just stays together for the rest of the year.
It's got to be difficult, though. You have your own ball club you have to worry about, and then trying to keep and pay attention to what Casey's done.
It's not easy, and anybody that says they know exactly what you're going through, they're guessing, because it's different. You got a different form of All My Children down in Provo with 32, 35 new guys, and all trying to learn the game and learn how to travel, learning how to act and everything else. And and then 30 miles away you have your own son playing. And the weird part is on Salt Lake Golf Day, Casey came down and took batting practice down at our place, which was neat for the kids because they watched and they were seeing a kid that was shoot half of our guys are older than him. So it was pretty neat, and it was just a chance to spend 6 hours with your kid, which was special for me.
First, from what you told me earlier, that you've stopped trying to follow him by way of the internet.
Yeah, I haven't had good luck the last 2 times listening to him on Tucson. The bat came out of his hand, and then I'm listening. I'd turn the game on as soon as our game would be over, and he dived for the ball, landed on the shoulder. So I said, "Oh, okay, no more internet games for me. We'll listen to Midland, or we'll listen. The Double-A club, or we'll listen to the Big League club." But I'm superstitious, and so I'll wait for his phone call after the game.
Well, I guess I have one less listener at this point, but we'll be back, talk a little bit about Tom's Ball Club after this on ESPN 1230.
This is Steve Brown. You know, your car's performance is not a luxury. It's a necessity. There's a reason for that. Our most valuable commodities ride in our cars. Our significant other, our kids. And you want your car to perform when it needs to. It's no time for a transmission to fail when you're merging into freeway traffic, or you're ready to turn left in front of that vehicle at a stoplight. Your transmission has to work. And the place to make sure it works correctly is AMCO Transmissions. That's right, you know the name, AAMCO. You don't want to trust it to a beginner, and they're not. For 40 years, AMCO Transmissions has taken care of the nation's transmission needs. They've done it right 20 million times. And the time to take care of your transmission is now. Go in and get a free diagnostic checkup. Tell them I sent you. Go to any one of the 5 AMCO Transmissions along the Wasatch Front and find out what I know. They care, they're professionals, and they'll do it right. AMCO Transmissions.
Hey, this is Dale Shanzi from Totally Awesome Computers. And computers, it's very important that you get good service with it. So I was going to show you how pathetic Dell support is by calling them live on the air to give you a demonstration, but there's no way I've been able to get a hold of them in the time it takes to make this commercial. So let me just call a Totally Awesome Computer store and show you how service is supposed to be done, where you have real people answer the phone. Check this out. This is a real call.
Totally Awesome Computers, this is Andy. We can do anything for you to love you. How may I help you?
Hi there. Hey, do you guys cover viruses under your warranty?
We sure do. We'll take care of that for you.
Really? What if I don't want to do anything and I don't want to download stuff? Can I just bring it to you and have you just take care of it for me?
I would love to do that for you.
And what's that cost?
It's free. It's no charge. It's under warranty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you see the difference? At Totally Awesome Computers, we actually have service.
Welcome back to the On-Deck Circle. Our guest is the manager of the Provo Angels, Tom Kochman. And Tom, first of all, congratulations on the first half championship. And you guys are off to a quick start here in the second half as well.
Yeah, very surprising because the first half we were 20-18, and the only way you win a division when you're 20-18 is have your division. It's either mediocre or it's everybody's equal, and I don't know which one it is. But the second half, I really don't know what's going on, and we're going on the road to play Great Falls and Billings, and they're number 1 and number 2 in the league in pitching, and they're both like 8-0 and 7-1 at home in the second half. So I told the guys last night after the game when they scored 15 runs and they scored 15 the night before, this is going to be your test. You're going to go play the big boys at their field and see. We'll see where you're at as a team, and that's what we're going to have to do. Get ready for the playoffs.
Of course, on your roster, you had a couple of guys. You still have one that had to do some fill-in work for Salt Lake through all those injuries, both at the Major League level and at the AAA level back in May. One guy in particular who's done a fantastic job for you is Mitch Arnold.
Yes, he has. In fact, when I got to Provo, I didn't know 3/4 of the guys' names and faces anyway. And he came in opening night or the second night throwing 92, 95, and at 6'7" or whatever he is, and it's been a very pleasant surprise. First time in the 3 years in the organization he's had success and good numbers. So if he isn't the all-star reliever in the league, then something's wrong.
And another guy who actually didn't spend a whole lot of time with you after spending about a week and a half with us earlier this year was Billy Boyer.
In fact, Billy just got sent back to us, so he'll get some playing time at short and second because Sean Rodriguez, our shortstop, he can play center field too, and he's a very good athlete. So Billy would be good. That'll help us out a lot because we didn't have I sort of know how Mike feels a little bit. We didn't have one extra infielder, so if someone got hurt, we're going to have to play a catcher at third or something, and that's not good.
Finally, Tom, obviously in your job is both, as you mentioned earlier, an educational process on the field and off the field. Which may be more important and which is the most difficult to teach? How to play the game of baseball at the professional level, or act as professionals and deal with the travel off the field?
They're both about the same. I mean, you sort of give them a list of by 5 or 6 pages, anywhere from the dugout to the locker room to the hotels to the bus to the press to the media. And the best advice I ever got before I started managing 90 years ago, or however long it's been, was assume they know nothing. And that's been the best advice I ever got, because every year you just start adding stuff to your list, and that way when some new kid comes in, you just give it to them and tell them to read it and ask them if they have any questions. So, but it's neat. It's neat. Like I said, it's a different form of all my children, except Susan Lucci isn't there.
Tom, appreciate your time, and good luck to you guys in the rest of the second half and in the postseason. And, of course, best of luck to Casey as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, Tom Kochman, manager of the Provo Angels, our guest, back with today's starting lineups after this on ESPN 1230.
Westland Ford wants to know, do you need a new car dealer?
If you ask your salesman a question and his answer is, well, that's the way we do it here in the big city, you may need a new car dealer. If your warranty is written on toilet paper, you may need a new car dealer. If the atmosphere at your dealer is sort of like death row on Saturday night, you may need a new car dealer. If every time you ask your salesman a question, his answer is, don't worry about it, you may need a new car dealer. When you take your car back for service, if your salesman hides under his desk, you may need a new car dealer.
At Westland Ford, we want to be your new car dealer. That's why we offer certified pre-owned vehicles with Westland's 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. Westland Ford, 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden, for over 25 years. Westland Ford. And remember,
if you thought any of this was funny, you probably do need a new car dealer.
These days, education goes way beyond the classroom. Kids need something that can engage their minds and fuel their hunger to learn. And that's Comcast high-speed internet. For just 2 cents for 2 months, our high-speed internet connection is the only internet with the power to keep up with their imagination. Up to twice as fast as DSL. Comcast downloads multimedia with lightning speed. So kids don't just study. Go to the beach in Normandy. They ride with Paul Revere. Come on! The British are coming! Everything is go here. And walk on the moon. Small steps for man, large family for man. Just 2 cents for 2 months, and installation is just $9.99. Call 1-800-262-9072 today. Plug into Comcast and save for your kids' education.
1 cent per month for first and fourth month. Model lease option available. Installation limited to 1 outlet to 1 computer. Additional outlets extra. Certain restrictions apply. Call for details.
Welcome back to PG Park in Portland, where it's time now to give you the starting lineups, brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Brumley, leading off the second baseman, Jake Thrower. Batting second and playing left field, Adam Riggs. Hitting third and playing first base, Casey Kochman. Batting cleanup, the shortstop, Shane Halter. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Dallas McPherson. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, Alex Pelaez. Batting seventh and playing center field, Brian Gordon. Hitting eighth, the catcher, Will Nieves. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Gary Johnson. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Scott Dunn. For the homestanding Portland Beavers, managed by Craig Colbert, leading off the center fielder, Freddie Guzman. Batting second, the second baseman, Ramon Vasquez. Hitting third, the designated hitter, John Knott. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Xavier Nady. Hitting fifth and catching, Yamid Hod. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, Jake Gotro. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Alex Fernandez. Hitting eighth and playing first base, Ben Reisinger. And batting ninth is the shortstop, J.J. Fermaniak. Pitching for Portland will be right-hander Brian Sweeney. It's the Stingers and the Beavers. Game 3 of a 4-game set. We'll be back with today's first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
What are you going to get?
I don't know, maybe salad, maybe a... is it just me, or is there a huge meteor heading towards our table?
What?
Not many things knock you out like a migraine.
Susan, get up. I don't have all day.
But you can knock out a migraine with Ralpax. Ralpax L-tryptan hydrobromide relieves migraine pain and symptoms such as nausea and sensitivity to light and sound. For some people, it starts to work in 30 minutes. Ask your doctor. Call 1-866-3-RALPAX or go to relpax.com. Ralpax. Don't let a migraine keep you down. Only your doctor can decide if Ralpax is right for you. If you have certain types of heart disease, a history of stroke, TIA, or uncontrolled blood pressure, you should not take Ralpax. Very rarely, certain people, even some without heart disease, have had serious heart-related problems. Talk to your doctor if you have risk factors for heart disease, such as smoking, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, or if you're pregnant or nursing. Certain medicines that are potent CYP3A4 inhibitors should not be taken with Ralpax, so talk to your doctor if you're taking other medicines. See our ad in Fitness Magazine.
QS Murray, Salt Lake.
Everybody's going to play a little bit harder.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
A little bit better.
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station. The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to PTE Park here in downtown Portland. The Stingers getting ready to take on the Beavers here at PTE Park on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Temperatures very comfortable, sun shining brightly, a little bit of a breeze for the most part as the Stingers try to find a winning combination here at Portland against the Beavers. The Beavers have been able to beat Salt Lake 5 out of the 6 games played so far this year here in Portland, and overall the Beavers have won 11 out of the 14 games between the two teams. The Stingers at 45 and 75, making a switch in the starting for today. It'll be Scott Dunn at 7 and 4, rather than Steve Green, who is struggling with a record of 5 and 14. Steve will get the start here tomorrow. We'll be getting underway 2 hours earlier. It'll be a 1:05 start with a 12:45 on deck circle prior to the ball game. The Portland Beavers on a roll of late. They've moved a game and a half ahead of second place Tacoma. In the North Division, they've won 4 in a row, while Tacoma's lost 3 straight, but the Beavers and Rainiers still have to play 9 games against one another, and by a quirk in the PCL schedule, the 9 games are on consecutive days. 4 here in Portland, followed by 5 at Tacoma. The umpires, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League, making their way out to home plate. Mike McClinsky will be the home plate umpire. Mike Jost is at first, and Ryan West will be the arbiter over at third. Mike Crumley coming out of the first base dugout with his lineup card. Craig Colbert, the Portland manager, with his. Again, Tom Brown, the pitching coach for Portland, not with the ball club. He is from Venice, Florida, and is down in Florida, tending to his home in Venice after the aftermath of Hurricane Charlie, which devastated the state of Florida. Over $3 billion in damage. 16 people have died from that hurricane down there. It hit right about the area where the Minnesota Twins training facility is, down at Fort Myers at Sanibel Island and Captiva, and that whole area on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Again, here at Portland's PTE Park, 317 down the left field line, 320 down the right field line, and 405 to straightaway center field. The ball these last 2 nights have been carrying extremely well, much better than I think I've ever seen it in this ballpark. As we've seen, Adam Riggs hit 3 home runs in a game, including the first home run on Friday that landed on the street behind the ballpark and hit the Oregonian building on 1 bounce. Then last night, it was Xavier Nady knocking out the G in the PTE Park sign up above the scoreboard in left center field. Well, some folks below us waving the Venezuelan flag, but they're going to be disappointed because Andres Galarraga is not in the starting lineup today, and we understand it has nothing to do with the Venezuelan general election that's going on today. It's just going to be a regularly scheduled day off for Galarraga, who is 0 for 9 in the series here at Portland, but expect him back in the lineup for tomorrow afternoon's game. And again, we'll be on the air tomorrow at 12:45 Mountain Time with the on-deck circle. Steve Green going in that one against right-hander Justin Germano for the Portland Beavers. In just a moment, the Beavers will take the field. We'll take them around to their positions defensively, and we'll be ready to go on this Sunday afternoon. Again, the Stingers back at home on Tuesday to open up an 8-game homestand with a 4-game series against the Edmonton Trappers, the final trip in as the Edmonton Trappers. Next year, they will be known as the Round Rock Express. Again, the 4-game series with Edmonton, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all at 7 o'clock. And then Las Vegas 51s come in for 4, including Fan Appreciation Night on Saturday night, the 21st, against Las Vegas. A big fireworks show after the game and hundreds of prizes to be given away during the contest as well. Stingers' parent club, the Anaheim Angels, in action today, and after 3 innings of play, lead the Detroit Tigers by a score of 2-1. Anaheim rallying for a win yesterday to stay a game and a half behind first place Oakland in the American League West. The A's scoreless with Kansas City in the 4th inning. Texas has already won. They started the day tied with the Angels for second place. The Rangers topping Tampa Bay by a score of 6-2. And now the Beavers have taken the field, so let's take them to their positions defensively. And that is brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Alex Fernandez in left, Freddie Guzman in center, Xavier Nades in right, Jake Gautreau at third, J.J. Fermaniak at short, Ramon Vasquez at second, and Ben Reisinger is at first. The battery of Brian Sweeney pitching, and Yannick Hott catching. For Sweeney, this will be his 20th appearance, his 19th start. In 111 and 2/3 innings, he's given up 100 hits, 47 runs, 42 of them earned. He has struck out 90 and walked 31. Sweeney has won 9 and lost 3 with 1 save and a 3.39 earned run average. The PCL batting .231 against right-hander Brian Sweeney, 6'2", 180 in his 9th year out of Yonkers, New York. Came over from the Seattle organization in a 6-player trade back in January, along with Mariner fan favorite Jeff Cirillo, in exchange for pitcher Kevin Jarvis, first baseman Dave Hansen, catcher Wiki Gonzalez, and the minor league outfielder. As Cirillo basically booed out of Seattle after being signed as a free agent a year ago, or 2 years ago, rather. So Sweeney finishing up his warm-up tosses. Both teams wearing red today. The Beavers in their red tops with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. The Stingers in their red tops with the white numbers and letters. Jake Thrower, a former Portland Beaver, strolls to the plate. We're ready to go, so sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Sunday afternoon from Portland. Leading things off, Jake Thrower batting .287, 24 doubles. 2 triples, 3 homers, and 49 runs batted in. Jake 2 for 4 in this series with a double and a run batted in. Jake was with the Beavers last year for 23 games, hit .277 with 1 homer and 13 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Sweeney. First pitch is inside, ball 1, and we're underway. Overall this year, Jake batting .250 against the Beavers. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that breaking ball is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman Gautreau even with the bag at third. Everybody else is back. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside corner, just under the belt. The count on Throwers, 1-2. Again, up the road, a 5-5. It's Tacoma at home again today, taking on Edmonton. Again, the Rainiers, a game and a half behind the Beavers in the North Division race. The pitch. Breaking ball inside at the knees, and the count on Thrower is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sweeney 2-0 in his 3 starts against Salt Lake this year, with wins on April the 24th and May the 5th. Here's a ground ball right side and through into right field, a base hit. Played on the rollout there by Xavier Nady, and Jake Thrower's aboard with a leadoff single. So 1 on, nobody out, and that'll bring up Adam Riggs, the left fielder. Riggs on a 10-game hitting streak right now. Hitting .327, 30 doubles, 8 triples, 22 homers, 72 runs batted in. During this 10-game hitting streak, Riggs, 21 hits in 41 at-bats. A pitch. Fastball high and tight, leans Riggs back out of the way, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. His longest hitting streak of the year, 15 games. That was back in mid-April to early May. Had that 3-homer game here, tying the franchise record on Friday. The 1-0. Fastball just missed a little bit low, and the count's 2-0. Mike McClinsky generally does not have a very big strike zone, and he showed it early on here. 2 balls, no strikes. The infield for the Beavers at double play depth. The 2-0 to Riggs. Swung on, popped up foul to the right of home plate and onto the roof, and the count's 2-1. Bounding back down below, and youngster winds up with a souvenir. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Casey Kotzman, the first baseman, is on deck. That breeze has disappeared as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole out in center field. The 2-1. Swung on, lifted down the right field line, slicing into the picnic area, and the count's even at 2-2. Riggs played for Portland during their first year back in the PCL back in 2001. 22 home runs, had him just 2 shy of his career best of 24 that he hit with Class A San Bernardino back in 1995. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thrower, a short lead over at first as Sweeney deals. A breaking ball lifted into shallow left center. That's going to land on the carpet for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Jake Thrower. The Stingers have runners at first and second and nobody out. And Riggs extends his hitting streak now to 11 consecutive games. So 2 on, nobody out for Casey Kotzman, the first baseman, batting .346, 15 doubles, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. He had his 9-game hitting streak snapped last night. During that hitting streak, Casey was 24 for 41, a .585 average. And his dad, Tom, the manager of the Provo Angels, here today. He'll rejoin his ball club tomorrow when they open up a series at Great Falls. There's a pitch strike, a fastball on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Casey tugging at both batting gloves before setting himself in the batter's box once again. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch. Swung on, ground ball to first. Up with it, Reisinger. He goes to second for 1. The pitcher covering at first takes the return throw for the double play. Nicely turned by the Portland infield. 3-6-1 on the plate. Thrower goes to third. And Brian Sweeney doing his job on the mound, getting over to first to take that return throw from the shortstop for Maniac. So a runner at third, 2 out for Shane Halter, the shortstop, batting .288, 3 doubles, 4 homers, 10 runs batted in. Halter 2 for 7 in this series. First pitch, swing and a miss at a slider, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Halter with a long home run off the scoreboard in left center field last night. Tied the game in the second inning at 1-1. Fastball runs inside to the right-hand batter, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Stingers at 45 and 75. The 75 losses equaling the franchise record, which was set last year, and barring a 22-game winning streak, will be shattered this year. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Sinks down low for a ball, and it's 2-1. Not a bad gathering here on a Sunday afternoon, but the smallest crowd easily of the 3 games of this series. The 2-1. Halter takes right down the middle above the belt for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shane Halter, a veteran of 648 Major League games with Kansas City, the Mets, Detroit, and Anaheim. The 2-2 pitch swung on. That's driven in the air to left center field. Guzman going back, still going back, on the track, at the wall, makes the catch. Now the ball pops free. In to score on the play is Thrower. Racing for third is Halter. The throw, the slide, and he is safe. The ball hits him in the back, but it's backed up by the pitcher, Sweeney. A great effort by Freddie Guzman in center field, but he could not hang on to it, and the Stingers take a 1-0 lead. Guzman on his horse went back, leaped at the wall, had it in his glove. When he made contact with the barrier, the ball was jarred free. And so that'll go as an RBI triple for Shane Halter. The Stingers have a 1-0 advantage here in the first. For Halter, his first triple in a Salt Lake uniform and his 11th run batted in. A runner at third base now with 2 outs for Dallas McPherson. Takes a fastball high and away, ball one. Dallas batting .299, 12 doubles, 5 triples, 14 homers, and 37 runs batted in. Now the 1-0. Slider strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers with the early 1-0 lead here in the first as they try to snap the skid. The pitch. Swing and a miss off speed. McPherson out in front of it, 1-2. 76-mile-per-hour changeup thrown by Sweeney. Sweeney, 3 appearances, 1 start for the Padres this year. He was 1-0 with San Diego. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 1/2 inning of play, it's the Stingers 1, and Portland's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Hi, what can I do for you today?
I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
I'm thinking of seeing another Chevy dealership.
Oh.
I've always been happy here at Gus Paula's.
Did we do something wrong?
No, of course not. It's just that, well, this other place is advertising a big rebate on a new truck, and I don't want to go. I love you guys. Your service is the best, and Gus is so easy to deal with. This is the worst day of my life.
Sir?
Yeah.
The rebate the dealership is offering? We can match it.
You can?
Mm-hmm. Any rebates or incentives they offer, we offer.
So I can stay with Gus and still save money?
Yes, you can.
Oh, man, can I have a hug?
No, you can't. But I will get you a tissue.
For the best deals on an American Revolution of Chevy cars and trucks, all you have to do is look down. You down.
Sorry. Got emotional there.
Almost?
I was holding back a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I used to coach football.
I see.
Gus Paula's Chevrolet. With Gus, anything is possible.
142 games in a season is extreme. But not as extreme as the selection of power sports you'll find at Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Mountain Extreme Power Sports is where you can find Polaris, and Polaris is the way out. So take it to the extreme. Mountain Extreme Power Sports at 810 North, 2600 West in Linden, exit 275. Only 10 minutes from the Salt Lake Valley. Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme. Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Stingers out in front by a score of 1-0. It'll be Freddie Guzman, Ramon Vasquez, and John Natu up to face right-hander Scott Dunn. Freddie Guzman batting .297, shows bunt and takes high, ball 1. You've got to keep this guy off the base paths. He has 5 stolen bases in the first 2 games of this series. Corner men pinching in. We'll give you the defensive alignment here in just a moment. The pitch. Fastball high, ball 2. Defensive alignment courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. Now Dunn ready. The pitch. Fastball striking. It's 2-1. Adam Riggs in left, Brian Gordon in center, and Gary Johnson's in right. Dallas McPherson at third, Shane Halter at short, Jake Thrower at second, and Casey Kotzman at first. A battery of Scott Dunn pitching. And Will Nieves catching as the 2-1 is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. Guzman, 4 out of 8 in the series, with a double and a run batted in. Guzman, great speed. The pitch, fouled back and out of play. Guzman on the year with 5 stolen bases against the Stingers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scott Dunn getting the start for Salt Lake, his 43rd appearance and his 3rd start, his second since joining the rotation on a full-time basis. Pitch on the way, slider low and inside, a ball that fills the count at 3-2. Dunn 7-4, a 3.67 earned run average, 1 save. The PCL batting .226 against right-hander Scott Dunn, 6'3", 218 in his 6th year from San Antonio. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. So Guzman retired, one away. That's the way you keep him from stealing bases. You don't let him on base. Here's Ramon Vasquez, the second baseman, batting .277, 17 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. Vasquez 3 for 8, 2 doubles and a run batted in against the Stingers in this series. 1-0 Salt Lake. We are in the first. McPherson even with a bag at third. The pitch swung on and drilled deep but well foul down the right field side. Right size, wrong shape, and the count's 0-1. Edmonton and Tacoma scoreless after 1 at Cheney Stadium. Tacoma starter Craig Anderson took the loss today in the Olympics for Australia as they were defeated today by Cuba 4-1. The 0-1 pitch on the way, a fastball high, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield pretty much straight away against Ramon Vasquez. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Davis, and the count's 1-2. John Knott, the designated hitter, due next. Craig Colbert, the manager of Portland, coaching over at third base. Colbert in his first year at the helm of the Beavers, former catcher and a player coach at one time when the Padres affiliate was in Las Vegas. The 1-2. Swung out and fouled back. That one heading into the seats. And a nice grab by the fan who brought his glove and knew what to do with it. Reached up and made a fine grab. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Ramon Vasquez. Outfield shaded towards left for Vasquez. As Dunn comes set. The right-hander ready, and here's the 1-2. Fastball high and inside. 2-2 the count on Vasquez. And we'll check the standings coming up in just a little bit as the PCL getting ready to wind down in its final 3 weeks of the season. The 2-2 pitch, a fastball high, 3-2. Matter of fact, let's check out the PCL standings brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores featuring Western family brands. Only the best will do for you at Associated Food Stores. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Vasquez. Has done deal. Sails high, missing with a fastball. He walked it. And so the Beavers have a runner at first with 1 out. That'll bring up John Knott, the designated hitter, batting .290, 19 doubles, 2 triples, 18 homers, 69 runs batted in. 5 for 9 in this series. Again in the PCL North, Portland leads Tacoma by a game and a half. Edmonton lurking in the background, 6.5 out, while the Stingers are out of it 22.5 back. In the South, Sacramento's lead over Tucson is 7.5 games, with Fresno down by 12 and Las Vegas trailing by 14. Oklahoma in the East with a 9.5 game lead over second place Memphis. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch denied. Change up inside the ball. 1-0. And in the Central, Iowa leads Colorado Springs by 6 and Albuquerque by 9.5. And the Omaha Royals trail by 15. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield for the Stingers, a double play tap. Don Knott at the plate. Former Padres minor league player of the year in 2002. The 1-1 pitch, fastball, popped up foul, first base side. That's going to wind up on the roof, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Stingers with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first on an RBI triple by Shane Halter in the top of the inning. A play in which he was nearly robbed of the hit by Freddie Guzman in center. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses down and into the right-hand batter, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stingers 1 more game here in Portland tomorrow before heading home, and after this, only 2 road trips left, 6 in Edmonton and 4 in Vegas. There's a swing and a foul back. Right up over our heads and down below us. So the count remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now they can't find the baseball. Down there somewhere, but they don't know where it is. The search is on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now again, Vasquez with a short lead at first. Done ready, and the throw over, and back in standing is Vasquez, who's just 2 out of 2 in the stolen base department. I still don't think they found it. 2-2 the count. Now done ready. The pitch. Pop foul. That's coming back our way and off the top of the roof. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Target practice. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on John Knott. Rated by Baseball America as the top power prospect in the San Diego system. Again, Vasquez, a short lead at first. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip hung on to by the catcher Nieves for the strikeout. So second strikeout for Dunn, and there's 2 down here in the first for Xavier Nady, the right fielder, who has absolutely worn out Stingers pitching in this series. He's 6 for 8 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in the 2 games played. Nady, you've got to think he continues to put up these kind of numbers. He'll be in San Diego in no time. Former Buzzman Brian Buchanan back with the Padres, but continuing to struggle after supposedly finding his swing when he was with the Beavers. Snap toward the first, and the runner's back. And Dunn keeping an eye on Vasquez, but unlike a lot of the Rabbits in this Portland lineup, Vasquez only 2 stolen bases on the year. A pitch, and Nady takes a fastball inside at the knees. Ball 1 to the right-hand batter. Nady, a consistent hitter, .322 against lefties, .330 against right-handers. The 1-0. Fastball, foul back. That's right into the suite above it. I don't care what it hits as long as it doesn't hit my laptop. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's more in the 1 game here than we've had since this park opened in 2001. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball popped up. Right side of the infield. The first baseman Kochman with the call. Near the mound, makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. A walk and 1 runner left on base at the end of 1. It's the Stingers 1 and Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill shows associated food stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
Hey, this is Dan, the laptop man from PC Laptops, and it's back to school time. So we've got an incredible psychotic deal for students. Whether you're a high school or a college student or any kind of student, we've got a phenomenal deal for you. Let me just tell you about what we got going on. First of all, if you've got that little sheet from your professor, you know that little sheet that says you need this certain speed, this certain hard drive, this certain screen, this certain network card for your laptop computer, and you have to have this laptop to take a class? Well, we've talked to tons of professors from just about every college in the state to make sure that we have the right laptop for you. So bring in your sheet. Now, make sure you also bring in your student ID. I don't care if you're a high school student, an elementary school student, or a college student, you're going to get a huge discount just for being a student. So bring in your student ID. This discount is getting any one of our PC Laptop locations. Come into PC Laptops, where we love you. Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
All right, we go to the second inning. 1-0 in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Alex Pelaez, Brian Gordon, and Will Nieves, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up in the Stingers batting order to face right-hander Brian Sweeney. Alex Pelaez, the former Portland Beaver, batting .320, 16 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, and 52 runs batted in. Elias making his first appearance of this series. First pitch on the way. Pelaez reaches one and grounds one to third. Coach throw up with it. Throw across on target and in time for out number one. One pitch and one out here in the second. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, the center fielder, hitting .263, 22 doubles, 3 triples, 18 homers, 60 runs batted in. Had that inside the park home run here on Friday when Guzman tried to make a leaping catch at the wall. It hit the top of the fence and then caromed right by him. So one out. Nobody on. The pitch to Bryan. In at the knees, a strike 0-1. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, the mobile paintless dent repair company that comes to your home or office to work on your car. The 0-1 pitch, slider down and in, cut out and missed a strike 0-2. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, they make them like new again. Dent Pro will donate $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. As Gordon laces one towards left, Fernandez going back. It's up there, and it's gone. Off the cinder wall over the left field fence, an opposite field home run for Brian Gordon. And the Stingers have a 2-0 lead. And for Brian, that is his 19th of the year. He's second on the ball club in that department. And his 61st run batted in. The Stingers now with a 2-zip lead here in the second inning. So Gordon with his second home run of this series, his first ball that's left the yard. That'll bring up Will Nieves, another former Portland Beaver, coming to the plate, batting .284, 18 doubles, 7 triples, 9 homers, 45 runs batted in. 0 for 5 so far in this series. Swings at the first pitch and chops one toward short. For Maniac charges, gloves, throws, and gets Nieves by a step. 2 down. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, the right fielder, the former BYU star, with hitting .242, 12 doubles, 4 triples, 4 homers, 30 runs batted in. Gary 0 for 3 in this series. So 2-0 Salt Lake here in the second. Trying to snap Portland's 4-game winning streak. The pitch, a fastball, belled high and inside for ball 1. Stingers themselves have lost 3 straight. 1 ball, no strikes to the left-hand hitting. Gary Johnson. Breaking ball low. 2-0 the count on Johnson. So Brian Gordon with the solo homer, giving the Stingers the 2-run lead here in the second. Now Sweeney's pitch. Taking ball low and inside. Ball 3. 3-0 the count on Johnson with Jake Thrower due next. Angels right now leading Detroit 2-1 in the fifth as the breaking ball misses low and Johnson walks on 4 straight pitches out of the strike zone. That is the first walk issued by Sweeney, and so 1-on-2 out for Jake Thrower, who singled and scored in the first inning. So here's Thrower. Johnson at first base with the base on ball. That home run, by the way, the 11th given up by Sweeney this year, and it was another Mountain America home equity home run. There's a changeup strike at the bell on the inside half of the plate. 0-1. Finance your home equity or construction loan today with Mountain America Credit Union. No balls, 1 strike the count. 2 outs, a runner at first. The move to first base by Sweeney, and back in safely is Johnson with a head first dive. And a complete rundown of all the scores coming up in the top half of the third. Now the 0-1. Jake takes off speed and outside at the knees for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Crumley, the Stingers manager, coaching over at third base with hitting coach Jim Efford over at first. And Jim, the manager of the 1997 Portland Rockies that won the Northwest League championship. One ball, 1 strike on Thrower as Sweeney comes set. The pitch. Strike. A slider in at the knees on the inside corner. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thrower nearing career highs in several categories offensively. The 1-2. Curveball bounces into the dirt off the glove of the catcher Hahn to the left of home plate. And on to second base goes Gary Johnson on the wild pitch for Sweeney. That is his 6th of the year. So now the count on throwers 2-2, and the runner is now in scoring position for Jake with 2 outs. So Johnson on at second base, trying to stretch out a lead, checks the defense around him. See how big a lead he can get. Now Sweeney ready. The 2-2. Swung on and reached out on a changeup and tapped it foul up the first base side. Only 74 miles per hour on that delivery. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on thrower. Jake has been at AAA all or part of every season since 1999. 28-year-old batter, the pitch. Breaking ball into the dirt, and that fills the count at 3-2. Adam Riggs would be next. Jake out of the batter's box momentarily. 2-0 Salt Lake here in the second inning. Single runs in the first and again here in the second. Now Sweeney from the stretch, the 3-2 payoff pitch to thrower. Slider inside at the knees, ball 4. That's the second straight walk issued by Sweeney. And that'll bring up Adam Riggs, who singled to center field his first time up to extend his hitting streak to 11 games. So Riggs continues on his tear, and now he's got an opportunity to drive in some runs with runners at first and second and 2 out. Adam leads the team with 72 runs batted in. Two on, 2 out. 2-0 Stingers here in the second. Now the pitch on the way. Swung on and lifted in the air towards left center field. Fernandez going back, still going back. It's off the scoreboard, a 3-run homer for Adam Riggs. His 23rd of the year as Adam got a hold of that one. That's his 4th home run in this series. And the Stingers now have a 5-0 lead. Fernandez looked like he had a beat on it at first, but ran out of real estate as Adam Riggs continues to swing a hot bat. Now the Stingers with the big early lead here in the second inning for Scott Dunn. Riggs now with 75 runs batted in on the season. Just outside the top 10 in the league. And again, he missed a couple of weeks with a call up to Anaheim earlier this season. And there's a strike to Casey Kochman, 0-1. Casey grounded into a double play his first time up. A 3-6-1 double play. So Kochman at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now Sweeney's pitch. Third ball missed outside. 2-1 the count. And again, Adam Riggs home run, another Mounted America home equity home run. 2-1 offering. Swinging a cue shot up the third baseline, and it curls foul about halfway down from home plate. And the count on Kochman is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a solo shot by Brian Gordon, a 3-run blast for Adam Riggs, and the Stingers now with a 5-0 lead here in the second. Kochman just now making his way back to home plate. Then last year, Stingers had their way with the Beavers here in Portland, winning all 8 games between the 2 teams here. They split the 8 at Franklin Covey Field. Now the 2-2. Full foul down the right field side. Heads up in the beer line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't know if you saw that on SportsCenter a couple of weeks ago. They had video of a fan down in that same beer line down the right field line who got hit on the top of the head by a foul ball. There's a pitch on the way. Swung on and popped up. Behind second base, who's going to take it? It'll be the second baseman, Ramon Vasquez, with the call and the catch to retire the side. 4-run score on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's now the Stingers 5 and Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
If you're looking for some great brew, let's go get it fresh and get it hot. Taco Maker has the best brew. Let's go with a little bit of life. Hey!
Discover the fresh taste of the Taco Maker. We fry our own taco shells and tortilla chips daily to make them crispy fresh. Our homemade salsas and sauces are the talk of the town. And our refried beans are made from scratch every morning. We use real ground beef and marinate tasty all-white meat chicken with our own marinade recipe. We're keeping it real with real Monterey cheddar cheeses. Hey, it's time you got a taste of the Taco Maker.
Get it first and get it hot. We know you'll get a lot. Hey.
Taco Maker Burrito Babies. Taco Maker Burrito Babies. Taco Maker Burrito Babies. Wow, I said it 3 times. That's because you get 3 crisp bean burrito babies in every order for only $1.89. Or make it a combo meal and add hot tater jams or an ice cold 32-ounce drink for only $3.99.
Taco Maker, Taco Maker. Fresh and get it hot. Make fresh.
After a 10-win season, a Liberty Bowl shutout of Southern Miss, and a top 25 ranking, you may think the University of Utah football team is satisfied. Well, Urban Meyer and the boys want to let you in on a little secret. You ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet. So call 581-UTIPS for your season tickets because you ain't seen nothing yet.
Go to the bottom of the second inning. Stingers with a 5-0 lead on Portland. It'll be Yamid Hod, Jake Gautreau, and Alex Fernandez. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up to face. Right-hander Scott Dunn has now been staked to a 5-run lead. First pitch fastball is high, ball 1. 1 ball on Yamid Hod, batting .290, 14 doubles, 7 homers, 29 runs batted in. Swings and misses at a high heater, and the count's even at 1-1. Hod making his first appearance in this series. He was 5 for 10 in the just completed set a couple of weeks ago at Franklin Covey Field. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hod. Former Nashville Sound as the 1-1 comes home. Swung on, lifted foul. First base side. That one headed up into one of the suites up there that is empty and would be a good spot for a press box. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Now the pitch. Liner misses inside at the knees, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Took a while. Someone finally found it up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Yamid Hod. The pitch. Swung on, popped up foul again, first base side. This one's going to make the route. Two balls, 2 strikes the count on Hod from Columbia. Turns 27 on September the 2nd. The 2-2 pitch is low, ball 3. 3-2 the count on Hod. Scott Dunn in his 6th year, acquired by the Angels last year in a 5-player trade with the White Sox, the deal that sent, among others, Scott Schoenweiss to Chicago. 3-2 payoff pitch is lined to left center field. Racing back, Riggs. He's going to have to play the carom off the wall. It hits the angled part of the wall and bounces away from Adam, but he chases it down and keeps Hod at second base with a leadoff double. His 15th 2-bagger of the year, and so the Beavers have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And that'll bring up Jake Gautreau, the third baseman, batting .323, 7 doubles, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. 3 for 7 in the series against Salt Lake back in Franklin Covey Field in July. Started the year at Double-A Mobile, where he hit .259. He was called up on June 22nd. So the Beavers with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. The pitch on the way, and it's low and outside. Ball 1 to Gautreau, left-handed batter. First round pick, 14th selection overall by the Padres in 2001 out of Tulane University. 1 ball to count on Gautreau as Dunn deals. Swung on and lifted into shallow left center. Halter going out. Riggs coming in. Adam with the call. Shades down, glove up, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Gautreau retired, 1 away, and that'll bring up Alex Fernandez, the left fielder, hitting .259. 16 doubles, 1 triple, 7 homers, and 45 runs batted in. A .333 hitter, though, against Salt Lake pitching this year. 5-0 Stingers. In case you missed it earlier today in Olympic basketball, Puerto Rico defeated the United States by a score of 92-73. An absolute embarrassment to Team USA, but for the Jazz, Carlos Arroyo with a huge game for Puerto Rico to lead the way. Pitch on the way, and it's a fastball high, ball one. Carlos with 24 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds to lead the way. Another former Jazz man, Jose Ortiz, with 8 points and 6 boards for Puerto Rico. Time call before Dunn can deliver the 1-0 pitch. Tough day for one of the newcomers for the Jazz. Carlos Boozer just played 11-plus minutes with just 1 point and 4 rebounds. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Dunn's pitch. Swing and a miss. A good breaking ball, and the count's even at 1-1. And a complete rundown of the scores coming up in the top of the third. On this Sunday afternoon, mostly day games. Of course, one night game tonight of interest. That'll be ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, strike to the inside corner at the knees, 1-2. Pre-game coverage at 5:37 over on 1320 KFAN as the St. Louis Cardinals take on the Braves at the TED in Atlanta. 1-2 the count on Fernandez. The pitch. Foul back into the screen. Still 1-2. Sunday Night Baseball from Atlanta. Braves and Cards have split the first 2 games of that series in the battle of division leaders. St. Louis in the Central and Atlanta leading the East again. 1-2 the count on Fernandez. Now Dunn ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball up and in. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Scott Dunn, and there's 2 down here in the second. Brings up Ben Reisinger, the first baseman, just activated by the Beavers today, batting .229, 10 doubles, 3 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Reisinger out of Perth, Australia, not a member, obviously, of that Australian Olympic team, which today lost to Cuba 4-1. Craig Anderson, the Tacoma Rainier, taking the loss for Australia in that one. First Team Canada will be playing later on today, featuring 3 former Salt Lake players, including Jeff Kyle, along with Ryan Radmanovich and Eric Sear. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 1. Of course, Sear made 2 starts for the Stingers this year before he sat down with some arm trouble, although he's healthy again to throw for Canada in the Olympics. His girlfriend was a 10th place finisher in the Alpine Combined at the Winter Games of Salt Lake in 2002. 0-1 the count on Reisinger is done deal. Fastball high, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-0 Stingers here in the second. They try to snap the 3-game skid. Now Dunn's pitch. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Actually foul tip into the glove on a 91-mile-per-hour fastball, according to the gun. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Reisinger. Outfield shaded way around towards right for Reisinger with J.J. Fermaniak on deck for the Beavers. Dunn ready, the 1-2. Fastball high, 2-2 the count on Reisinger. A utility player by trade last year. He played every position for Portland except second base last year. He missed the last month after fracturing a wrist on a collision at home plate at Nashville on August the 12th last year. The 2-2 pitch, fastball, lifted foul. First base side, onto the roof and out of play. As the gun topped at 92 miles per hour on that pitch. 2-2 the count. Reisinger even pitched an inning last year, and that was against the Stingers. It was a scoreless inning at that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Odd led off the inning with a double. 2 outs later, he's still at second. 2-2 pitch is lifted in the air towards left. Riggs going back to the corner in front of the 317 side into foul ground. Leaps up. Does he have it? He does. A great leaping catch by Adam Riggs in foul ground. Retires Reisinger and the side in the second inning. And that's our anything possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. No runs, one hit, one left. We go to the third. Stingers 5, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck!
Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. $88 down, $88 a month. Plus, during the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their triple play with a Toyota rebate and TDA match of your down payment. The triple play is back at Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15. With approved credit, example 01 Corolla, 3 payments of $88, 57 remaining payments of $278 at 8 APR with 88 down, negative equity applied. New loan balance offers cannot be combined. Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
All right, we go to the third inning. Stingers out in front by a score of 5-0. What a catch just in foul territory. Riggs jumping over the top of the fence to pull that one back in. Shane Halter to lead it off. An RBI triple his first time up. As Freddie Guzman unable to hang on to his leaping catch at the wall. The fastball is high, ball one. The third inning is always brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. The best place to improve your short game is the Jordan River Par 3. 1-0 pitch, low and outside, 2-0. You can play for just $6 a 9-hole round. For tee times, call 533-4527 or go online at slc-golf.com. Wider outside at the knees, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Halter. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Stingers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Portland. The pitch on the way, right down the middle to Halter's strike. And the count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Shane. Playing shortstop today. He's been all over the place. Shortstop, second base, first base, right field. The 3-1 delivery, and it's a breaking ball in for a strike, filling the count at 3-2. Also, it's time to find out what else is happening around the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting, the new Reveal light bulb. 3-2 pitch, and Halter pops it up. Shallow right center. Vasquez out. Guzman in. Vasquez, the second baseman, makes the call. And the catch for out number 1. So Halter retired, 1 away. And that'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who struck out swinging his first time up. You can check out the Reveal ball at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. At Des Moines, Iowa in 12. Defeated Albuquerque today by a score of 2-1. Omaha knocked off Colorado Springs 5-3, so Iowa now with a 7-game lead over the Sky Sox in the Central. Swing at a fastball. McPherson fouls it back, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. They're in the 4th up at Tacoma. No score. Edmonton and the Rainiers. Later on, Oklahoma at New Orleans. Nashville hosting Memphis. Tucson at Fresno. And Las Vegas is at Sacramento. McPherson takes a slider inside at the knees for a ball. And that evens the count at 1-1. They played 6 at Anaheim. The Angels lead the Tigers 2-1. In the 7th at Oakland, the A's lead Kansas City 1-0. Pitch. McPherson swings. It misses out in front of a changeup, 1-2. Yankees 3, Seattle 1 in the 7th inning. Hideki Matsui breaking a 1-all tie with a 2-run homer in the 6th. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball low. 2-2 the count on McPherson. Finals, Baltimore rallied with an 8-run 8th inning to beat Toronto 11-7. 2 and 2 to McPherson. The pitch sinks down low, and it is ball 3, filling the count at 3 and 2. Minnesota scored 2 runs in the 10th inning to beat Cleveland 4-2. Salvaged the final game of that series and reopened a 2-game lead over the Indians in the American League Central. 3-2 payoff pitch, grounded to the right side, fielded on the second hop by Reisinger. The underhand lead toss to Sweeney in plenty of time for the out. 2 up, 2 down. The batter will be Alex Pelaez, who bounced out to third his first time up. Texas over Tampa Bay today, 6-2. Home runs by Lance Nix and Mark Teixeira. And the White Sox edged the Red Sox by a final score of 5-4. Carlos Lee with his 23rd home run of the year. Pitch on the way, a strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. In the National League, as we mentioned tonight, St. Louis has had Atlanta. All the other games have been completed in the National League. The 0-1. Strike at the knees, a breaking ball, 0-2. The Astros rallied with 3 in the ninth to beat Montreal 5-4. Arizona and Randy Johnson shut out the Mets 2-0, a 5-hitter. Slider low and outside, 1-2 to Pelaez. San Diego pounded Cincinnati today, 7-2. Adam Eaton the winner. At Philadelphia, the Phillies lose to the Giants 3-1. Now the 1-2 pitch. Pelaez swings and he pops it up behind home plate. Todd with the mask off near the screen, but it's going to be on this side of the fence. And the count remains 1-2. Pittsburgh shut out Colorado 3-0. Josh Fogg and Jose Mesa combine on the 5-hit shutout. In 10 innings at Milwaukee, the Marlins come from behind for the win. They trailed 3-0, scored 1 in the 8th, and then 2 in the 9th to tie it, and then scored 2 in the 10th for the win. The 1-2, breaking ball into the dirt, 2-2 the count on Pelaez. And at Wrigley Field today, the Dodgers rallied with 5 runs in the 8th to beat the Cubs 8-5. Now the 2-2, swing and a foul right over our heads. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tails over your head like that, you got to be ready for a rebound, just in case. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Sweeney's pitch. Swung on and hit it high and deep to left center field. Drifting back is Guzman at the edge of the track. He'll make the catch to retire the side. The Stingers 3 up, 3 down, and they're half of the third. So after 2.5, it remains Salt Lake 5, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union, member NCUA and equal opportunity lender.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the yellow pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected. Stay connected with Connected Wireless.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third inning. Stingers out in front by a score of 5-0, and it'll be J.J. Fermaniak, the shortstop, to lead it off, followed by Freddie Guzman and Ramon Vasquez. The 9-1 and 2 hitters in the Portland batting order to face right-hander Scott Dunn. First pitch swinging, it's popped up foul, right side of home plate and onto the roof for strike 1. For Maniac, batting .276, 20 doubles, 4 triples, 16 homers, 60 runs batted in. He's 3 for 8 in this series. So 1 strike the count of the right-hand batter. Done ready, the pitch. Fastball high, evens the count at 1-1. Time for a look at this date in baseball history, brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes in the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. The 1-1 pitch, high and tied, as for Maniac just does duck out the way in time. 2-1 the count. On this date in 1991, Yankee first baseman Don Mattingly is benched and fined $250 for refusing to cut his shoulder-length hair. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way. Low for a ball. It's 3-1. They eventually cut the hair 2 days later, and it will be auctioned off for $3,000 to benefit a children's charity. Now the pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball that may have been up out of the strike zone and ball forward. For Maniac had laid off of it. So instead the count is full at 3-2. Breeze picking up a little bit here at the ballpark. Now John ready, the payoff pitch. Swinging a foul, glancing off the top of the screen and up onto the roof and back down. So a souvenir for someone. As the count remains, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, a very memorable and sad day in baseball on this date in 1989. 3-2 pitch on the way, fouled off first base side and out of play, and the count remains 3-2. His second start since returning to the major leagues after cancer treatment. Giants pitcher Dave Dravecky breaks his pitching arm while throwing to Tim Raines. The bone will heal, but Dravecky will break it again during an on-field celebration. Here's a swing and a one-hopper, clear, flag down by Dunn. Staggers a bit, but recovers and throws to first for the out. Sharply hit ground ball about knee high that Dunn went down and got. Staggered a bit upon making the play, but was able to finally right the ship and make the throw over to first base. So 1 out, the batter, Freddie Guzman, struck out swinging his first time up. A 1 out, bases empty for the Beavers here in the bottom half of the third. Singers leading 5-0. They scored 1 run in the first and added 4 more in the second. The pitch, and it's a fastball high and outside for the left-hand batter. Ball 1. Guzman, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Dunn. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball low and inside. Ball 2 to Guzman. Don't want to walk this guy. On this date in 1976, Buddy Harrelson scored the only run as the Mets beat the Reds 1-0, and then a few hours after the game, he got married. There's a fastball high, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Well, on this date in 1970, Phillies pitcher Billy Champion won a game and lost a game on the same day in 2 different leagues. 3-0 pitch, fastball high, and the speedy Guzman is aboard with a 1-out walk, or a second walk rather, issued by Dunn. Cincinnati beat the Phillies on this date in 1970 5-4. Champion the loser, but they complete a suspended game in the PCL, a suspended game in which Champion was the winner for the Eugene Emeralds, a PCL team and a Philadelphia affiliate back in 1970. So a win and a loss at 2 different levels on the same day, as it would turn out. 1 on, 1 out, and have to keep an eye on Guzman, who has 5 stolen bases in this series. The pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1 to Vasquez, who drew a walk his first time up. No balls, 1 strike the count. Fingers infield, a double play depth. Throw to first base, the runner back. Not the same kind of potent combination at the top of the order as the Beavers have when Kerry Robinson follows Guzman as far as the overall speed of the team is concerned. No balls, one strike. Guzman with his right foot on the carpet, drawing a throw over to first base with that big lead. No balls, one strike on Vasquez. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and as always, the third inning brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. No balls, one strike, the pitch. Fastball, lifted foul. Third base side and out of play, and the count's 0-2. Again, for tee times at the Jordan River Par 3, give them a call at 533-4527 or go online at slc-golf.com. No balls, two strikes the count. Outfield swung around towards left. Now done ready, the 0-2. Breaking ball into the dirt off the right shoulder of Nieves to his right, but Guzman held his ground over at first base. The count on Vasquez, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Singers 5, Beavers nothing. We're in the third here in Portland. Vasquez taps the plate with his bat twice. As Dunn comes set, the toss to first, throws it high, and Kotzman's able to pull it in to keep the runner at first. Ramon Vasquez at the plate. 261 Major League games played in his career with both Seattle and San Diego. The 1-2, Guzman goes, the pitch out called, the throw will never be in time. It gets away from Halder, but Thrower's there to back it up. But it's a stolen base for Guzman, his 48th of the season to lead the PCL. So even with a pitch out call, they can't get Guzman. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, he absolutely wreaks havoc on a team when he gets on base. Two balls, 2 strikes to count on Vasquez now with a runner in scoring position. Now done ready, the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a good off-speed pitch. He struck him out swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Dunn. He pulled the string on that one and had Vasquez way out in front of it. So 2 down now for John Knott, the designated hitter, who struck out swinging on a 2-2 fastball back in the first. Angels have been tied by Detroit 2-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning now. Kansas City has rallied to take a 3-1 lead on Oakland. And the Angels a game and a half behind the A's in the division race. Fastball high, ball 1. Texas has already won their game. They started the day tied with Anaheim. One ball, no strikes to count on the right hand hitting John Knott. Dunn ready. The glance towards second at Guzman. The pitch. Fastball slices the outside corner, thigh high for a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mariners on the board in the bottom of the 7th, still batting, trailing the Yankees now 3-2. Dunn the 1-1. Breaking ball outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Knott. Five nothing in favor of the Stingers. Now Dunn ready, the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 2-2. 92 miles per hour on that delivery. And again, Scott doing an excellent job of changing speeds, keeping the Portland hitters guessing as to whether he's going to come with the heat or come with the off-speed stuff. Now Scott ready from the stretch, the 2-2. Swing at a fastball and a foul back into the screen. And Iowa beat Albuquerque 2-1 in 12 innings for the second time in that series. Former Stinger Juan Alvarez takes the loss. Former BYU star Brian Banks homered for Albuquerque's only run of the ball game. 2-2 the count on Knott. Dunn's pitch. Another fastball and another foul back into the screen. That was the quickest pitch of the game for Dunn, according to the radar, at 94 miles per hour. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. A runner at second base. Stingers leading 5-0. On deck is Xavier Nady, the right fielder. The pitch. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch. He struck him out. 5 strikeouts for Dunn. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 4th. Salt Lake 5, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
So, when's the last time you got a bonus? Well, now you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks when you buy a 2003 Honda GTX 1800 motorcycle. Yeah, use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. You can also take advantage of great low financing. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele today for your bonus bucks, and you can cruise the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
We roll along to the 4th here in Portland. Steve Foskey with you as the Stingers lead the Beavers by a score of 5-0. Leading things off, Brian Gordon takes a strike to 0-1. Gordon with a home run to the opposite field and left his first time up. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Stingers. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Beavers. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball from Sweeney. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Arizona's win today over the Mets. Randy Johnson struck out 14 batters in a 2-0 win over New York. Now the line by Sweeney. The 0-2 to Gordon. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out as Sweeney took a page out of Scott Dunn's book with that 2-strike off-speed pitch. Second strikeout for Sweeney, and there's 1 down here in the 4th. That'll bring up Will Nieves, the catcher. Grounded out to shortstop, his first time up. He's only up for a couple of days as the Rockies activate pitcher Brian Fuentes from the disabled list, and option infielder Clint Farmer's back to Colorado Springs. The pitch up high, ball 1. They've only been 1 day. Pirates release first baseman Randall Simon. No more sausages to chase. There's a pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 1-1. The Pirates activated first baseman Darrell Ward from his injury assignment at Nashville. Had a chance to meet Darrell in the elevator at the hotel in Nashville. Good young man. Glad that he's got a chance to get back to the big leagues. As there's a rocket to left center field, but Guzman racing over, makes the shoulder high catch for the out. Nieves hit that ball on the screws, but unfortunately for Will, Freddie Guzman in the neighborhood able to run it down for the second out. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, who walked and scored in the second. Pirates also recalled relief pitcher Mark Corey from Nashville. Corey number 2 in the league in saves with 15. Texas purchased the contract of veteran infielder Manny Alexander from Oklahoma, designating pitcher Mike Baxick for assignment. Now the pitch on the way, off speed and high for a ball, 1-0. Now the pitch. Curveball, pat foul behind home plate, evens the count at 1-1. Brad Penny, officially put on the disabled list by the Dodgers today with a sprained right bicep. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swinging a broken bat roller over the mound. The shortstop for Maniac charges near the bag at second, throws to first just in time to get Johnson to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. That's 7 in a row. Retired by Sweeney since the 3-run homer by Riggs. After 3.5, it is Salt Lake 5, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Next time you're outside, take a look skyward, and you'll notice one big change on the skyline. Dishes are coming down, dropping like flies. Now you can get Comcast digital cable as low as $34.95 a month. Only $34.95. So call Comcast at 1-800-262-9072 and sign up today for hundreds of cable and local favorites. And while you're there, ask how to get your rate guarantee for up to 2 years. Plus, keep your eye out for video on demand, where you can watch what you want, when you want, with video on demand. Stuff you'll never find on a dish. So set your sights on Comcast. Call 1-800-262-9072. That's 1-800-262-9072 to dump your dish and get TV on your terms with Comcast digital cable. As low as $34.95 a month. Because the dish is coming down.
Monthly price of package depends on level of service. Certain restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Call for complete details. Available to new customers.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose associated food stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Scott Dunn to face Xavier Nady, Yamid Hahn, and Jake Gotro, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Beaver batting order here in the bottom of the 4th. Salt Lake leading by a score of 5-0. Xavier Nady to lead things off. He pops up to the first baseman, Casey Kotzman, his initial time up. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for the Beavers. So we're ready to go, waiting for the first base coach to arrive for Portland. The pitch is fouled back to our right out of play. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Singers Baseball brought to you in part by the Taco Maker. Burrito babies are the hottest item at Taco Maker. 3 crisp bean burrito babies, lightly fried in a half corn, half flour tortilla, filled with homemade cheese and beans for only $1.89. The pitch is in for a strike, 0-2. You can dip your burrito babies into your favorite hot sauce or sour cream. So crush 3 burrito babies at your favorite Taco Maker today. Here's a ground ball foul outside the coach's box at third. The count's 0-2. Taco Maker donates $5 to the United Way. For every double play turned by the Stingers this year, they've turned 114, making the total donation so far $570. So no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Scott Dunn ringing up the K's. Had 6 strikeouts now for Scott. 1 down. That'll bring up Yamid Hahn, who doubled his first time up. He lined one off the fence in right center field. Dunn in his previous start struck out 1 and walked 2 in 4 innings against Iowa in the second game of the doubleheader on August the 10th. Pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball, foul outside the bag at third for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Seattle still batting in the bottom of the 7th, and they've now scored 3 and loaded the bases, taking a 4-3 lead over the Yankees. The 0-1. Breaking ball low and outside of the right-hand batter, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Dunn's pitch. Fastball inside. Spins hot around. The count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 5-0 Stingers here in the bottom of the 4th. The outfield back, the outfield straight away rather. The infield back. Swing and a miss at a fastball up and in, and the count on Hott is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hott in his 10th professional season, just 1 major league game. He was the player who came in to replace Jason Kendall when he suffered that horrific ankle injury in '99. Swing and a miss. He struck out Hott on a pitch about below the cap high. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Scott Dunn. And that gives him 7 in the game. And it brings up Jake Cotro. Flied out to Adam Riggs and left his first time up. So 2 outs and the base is empty for the Beavers here in the 4th. And Dunn has not gone more than 4 innings in any game this year, and he's in the 4th here. While the strikeouts are impressive, that means he's throwing a lot of pitches as the breaking ball misses low and inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss as the bottom drops out of that one, and the count's even. A 1 ball, 1 strike. Dunn very effectively changing speeds on his pitches. Really keeping the hitters off stride. Now the 1-1. Cotro swings and misses at a breaking ball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Got done. 25-year-old right-hander looking into his catcher, Will Nieves, for the sign. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball down and in. He struck him out as Dunn strikes out the side in order in the 4th, giving him 8 strikeouts in the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the 5th. It remains Stingers 5, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Get to Goodyear's Pit Stop Tire Sale, now through August 28th, and save on Goodyear tires. Plus, buy 4 selected Goodyear tires and get up to a $75 cash card. For everyday low prices and up to a $75 cash card, call 1-800-GOODYEAR for complete details. Stop and get your Goodyears today and race in to check out Goodyear's new Assurance brand of passenger tires. Mail-in cash card offer ends August 28th.
Here we go, the 5th inning. Stingers with a 5-0 lead. Jake Thrower to lead it off. He singled, walked, and scored twice in the ball game. The first pitch from Sweeney outside at the knees, ball 1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Portland defensive alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Coming up after Sweeney delivers the 1-0 to Jake. And it's a breaking ball low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Alex Fernandez is in left field. Freddie Guzman in center, and Xavier Nady in right. The infield third to first after the 2-0 pitch. Fastball strike in the outside corner at the knees, 2-1. Jake Cotro at third. J.J. Fermaniak at short, Ramon Vasquez at second, and Ben Reisinger at first. The battery of Brian Sweeney pitching, and Yimid Hott catching. Here's our line drive, right center field. Guzman on the run, can't get to it. It bounces by him. Now he's able to get to it, but he slips and falls, gets himself back up and fires it back in, and Throwers at second with a double. Neither Guzman nor Nady seem to go after the ball very hard. Good to see you. Find runner at second base, and nobody out as the sixth hit of the ball game for the Stingers, who lead it 5-0. Thrower with his 25th double of the year. A runner at second base, nobody out. Adam Riggs, the batter. He singled and hit a 3-run homer. Waves at a curveball and misses for a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Stingers looking to add to what is right now a 5-0 lead as they have a runner at second base and nobody out. Now the pitch. Fastball grounded up the middle. Speared by Permaniak to his left. Behind second base, he throws for the out. Ball slowed up enough by skipping off the mound that it gave Permaniak a chance to get to it. Otherwise, Riggs would have had his third hit of the ball game. On the play, though, Thrower goes to third. 1 out, and the batter will be Casey Kotzman. Kotzman has grounded into a double play and popped to second base. And now the Stingers with a runner at third, 1 out. The infield all the way in, except at second. Vasquez is halfway with a left-handed hitting Kotzman at the plate. Sweeney's pitch, and it's a breaking ball low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 5-0 Stingers. We're in the 5th. Sweeney ready, the pitch. Long on, that's lifted in the air to left center field. Guzman over, it should be deep enough to score the run. Now the left fielder Fernandez takes it. Tagging his thrower, the score well late at the plate. It's a sacrifice line, a run batted in for Casey Kotzman. And it's now 6-0 Stingers. Casey with his 28th run batted in since joining the Stingers. So the Stingers now with a 6-0 lead. And Shane Halter, the batter, with 2 outs and the bases empty. First pitch, and that's high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to the right-hand batter. And the pitch to Halter. Inside at the belt, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Sweeney has really struggled in this ball game. He was the most valuable pitcher for Tacoma 2 years ago, going 9-5 with a 3.80 earned run average for the Rainiers. Now the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 2-1. Now Sweeney ready, the 2-1. Missed outside at the knees, ball 3. 3-1. Sweeney in 1998, playing for Lancaster in the California League, won the John Ellis Award for charitable involvement in that community. An annual award handed out to a minor leaguer with the Mariners. There's an off-speed pitch, strike called on the outside corner at the knees, filling the count at 3-2. Now the payoff pitch. Outside at the knees, ball 4. That's the third walk issued by Sweeney. And now the Stingers have a runner at first with 2 outs for Dallas McPherson, who struck out swinging and grounded out to first. So he's 0 for 2. Angels with a run in the 8th to take a 3-2 lead over the Tigers. Oakland now trailing 5-1 in the 8th. The Angels hold on and the Royals hold on. A half game will separate first from third in the American League West. Pitch to McPherson. Cut at and missed. A breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Mariners still batting in the bottom of the 7th. They've scored 6 runs to lead the Yankees 7-3. Now the 0-1. There goes the runner. The pitch inside. The throw to second base, and Halter is out trying to steal. 2-6 rather on the caught stealing on Shane Halter to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit. Nobody left on base. We're halfway through this scheduled 9-rounder with a score Stingers 6, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Hi, I'm Bob.
And I'm Jim.
Listen, we noticed you got an old hot tub on your deck there.
What? Speak up, Kitty.
Well, we're with All Seasons Hot Tubs. I mean, we bought a hot tub from them.
Let me talk, Bob.
Okay, Jim.
You see, All Seasons has these new hot tubs with super filtration. Crazy strong pressure that just throws you all over the tub. Really psychedelic mood lighting and the sound system that actually uses your hot tub as the speaker.
It's crazy, man. You can hear your music under the water.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, psychedelic. What? Get off my horse.
Yeah, I think we really reached him.
Yeah, me too. Let's go next door.
All right. At All Seasons, we've seen some pretty strange behavior from some of our customers. Maybe it's because of amazing features like customized mood lighting, massaging jets, and a sound system so clear you can hear it underwater. Right now, All Seasons is offering 0% financing for 12 months on all hot tubs. But don't delay. This special offer is only available in August. Call All Seasons today at 298-7665. That's 298-7665.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence. You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
We move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Stingers now with a 6-0 lead as right-hander Brandon Emanuel comes on to pitch for Salt Lake. So Dunn goes the 4 innings, and despite pitching as well as he did, he will not be eligible for a win today. So Emanuel comes on to pitch, and for Brandon, this will be his 31st appearance of the year, his 24th out of the bullpen. He's won 2 and lost 8 with a 6.58 earned run average, 2 saves in the PCL, batting .333 against Brandon Emanuel. What an outing for Scott Dunn. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, struck out 8 and walked 2. First pitch on the way. A big cut by Fernandez comes up empty. A strike 0-1. Fernandez struck out swinging his first time up. So again, Dunn not eligible for a win here. And he's about a 4-inning pitcher at this point. Breaking ball, 1-1. He might have been able to go a little bit further, but on the other hand, with 4 solid innings in, and obviously reaching uncharted waters going into the 5th, maybe better to leave Dunn with, have him leave with confidence of 4 shutout innings. There's a fastball outside at the knees, 2-1. Dunn was primarily a starter in his first 3 professional seasons. He shifted to the bullpen during the 2002 season at AA Chattanooga. 2 balls, 1 strike the count on Fernandez as Emanuel deals. Fastball outside the belt, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Emanuel ready to go. The 3-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, so a full count now. Against Alex Fernandez. Bottom third of the Portland order due up in the inning. The payoff pitch. Swung on, lifted, foul ground, third base side, racing over McPherson, has room and makes the catch right near the fencing down the left field side for out number 1. So Fernandez retired on a pop foul to third, 1 away, and that'll bring up Ben Reisinger. Retired in the first, or rather in the second inning, when he had a foul fly of home run distance down the left field line, but just foul, and Adam Riggs jumped up over the top of the fence and brought it back in for an out. So 1 out, nobody on. For Ben Reisinger here in the 5th inning as Emanuel deals. Foul back to the right of home plate, now to play. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Emmanuel 1-0 with an ERA of 3 against the Beavers this year, giving up 3 earned runs on 13 hits in 9 innings against Portland. The 0-1. Fastball fouled off the top of the screen for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, Emmanuel coming on here in the 5th inning. Has struggled a little bit of late, but for the most part, he's been a completely different pitcher coming out of the bullpen as opposed to being a starter. Now the 0-2 into the dirt. A breaking ball, 1-2 the count. Emmanuel, in his last outing, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 1/3 innings against Iowa. He's been scored upon in his last 3 appearances. After 3 shutout innings at Memphis on August 3rd. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. That's 9 strikeouts now for Stingers pitching in the ball game. 2 outs. That'll bring up J.J. Permaniak, retired on a comebacker to Dunn his first time up. So 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. So Permaniak at the plate. Two out, bases empty, bottom of the 5th. Stingers out in front, 6-0. Pitch. Fastball, strike in the outside corner, just under the belt, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Emmanuel's pitch. Breaking ball just inside at the knees, 1-1. He started that one inside, tried to bring it back over the corner, but just barely missed. There is activity now in the Beavers bullpen, and I believe Brian Sweeney may be done for the day. Now the pitch, fastball just over the belt on the outside half of the plate for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Emmanuel ready, the 1-2. Third ball into the dirt, blocked by Nieves. 2-2 the count on Permaniak. Roy Percival trying to finish it off for the Angels. In the 9th, Anaheim leading Detroit 3-2. Trying to bounce back. His last outing gave up 2 runs in the 9th for a loss. Detroit, though, with an uprising against Percival with 2 on and 1 out in the 9th inning. And Oakland trailing 5-1 in the 8th. Now the 2-2. Just missed outside above the knees. 3-2 the count. Emmanuel ready. The pitch. Fastball outside, and he lost Permaniak with a 2-out walk. First walk issued by Brandon. That is the 3rd walk given out by Stingers pitching. Now here's Freddie Guzman, who struck out and walked in his 2 plate appearances. It's a foregone conclusion, but from a mathematical standpoint, a Portland win today would eliminate the Stingers officially from the North Division race. There's a swing and a foul back over the screen out of play for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Runner at first, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, 6-0 Stingers. Bright sunshine here on this glorious Sunday afternoon here in the Pacific Northwest. Emmanuel, the turn of the toss to first, sends Permaniak back to the bag at first. More good weather expected for tomorrow's noon start here at Portland. 1:05 Salt Lake time. Will be on the air with the on-deck circle at 12:45. The 0-1. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side, back into the seats. 0-2 the count on Guzman. Most of the folks here today opting for the shade. Very few people in the sunshine down the left field side. No balls, 2 strikes. But they're not used to sun here. Manual ready. The 0-2. Curveball, chopped toward short. Up with it, Halter. The step in the throw to first is just barely in time to get the speedy Gooseman. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits. A walk and one runner left on base. We go to the 6th at Salt Lake 6, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Only certified pre-owned BMWs have passed a rigorous inspection by factory-trained BMW technicians and have a 2-year, 50,000-mile extended protection plan added to the original new car warranty for a total of 6 years and 100,000 miles of protection. Plus, if you buy a certified pre-owned BMW that still has the maintenance protection plan in effect, you can extend the maintenance plan to 6 years, 100,000 miles. That's right. Full maintenance for up to 6 years and 100,000 miles. Certified BMWs are only available at BMW of Murray. And during August, you can buy any 2001 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series, or X5 BMW and pay only 2.9% APR for up to 60 months on approved credit through BMW Financial Services. Call 262-2479. Go to BMWofMurray.com or visit the BMW of Murray CPO Center at 4689 South State. 2 of the fastest growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your item shredded on site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secured personnel do it off-site. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
We move along now to the 6th inning, and a new pitcher comes on for the Portland Beavers. Right-hander Mike Bumstead on to pitch here in the 6th inning, and for Bumstead, this will be his 12th appearance, his 10th out of the bullpen for Portland in 19 and a third innings. He's given up 17 hits, 4 runs, all earned, with 11 strikeouts and 8 walks. He's 1-0 with a 1.86 earned run average, and the PCL batting .236 against right-hander Mike Bumstead. Ryan Sweeney goes 5 innings, gives up 6 hits, 6 runs all earned with 2 strikeouts and 3 walks, plus a couple of home runs allowed. No hit batters, 1 wild pitch. Dallas McPherson will lead things off. He was at the plate when Shane Halter was thrown out trying to steal to end the 5th inning. First pitch from Bumstead, a fastball low, ball 1. 1-0 to McPherson, who has struck out swinging and bounced to first. 6-0 Stingers here in the 6th. Curveball popped up down the left field line, slicing towards the Portland bullpen and out of the reach of the third baseman Gotro, who gave chase on the count even, a 1-1 strike. The right-hander Mike Bumstead on the pitch. For the Portland Beavers here in the 6th. Stingers with a 6-0 lead. Now Bumstead into the windup for the 1-1. Curveball laced into right center field. Gooseman coming on, has to play it off the rug. It's a base hit for Dallas McPherson. And so the leadoff man is on for the Stingers here in the 6th. The batter will be Alex Pelaez, who's 0 for 2. Bumstead started the season at AA Mobile in 19 appearances for that ball club in the Southern League. He was 0-1 with a 5.13 earned run average. The 1 on, nobody out. The pitch inside at the belt, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Alex Pelaez, the former Portland Beaver. Hit .288 last year in 76 games for the Beavers. His season cut short with broken bones in his foot, but he injured while getting it caught up in the turf at Tacoma. The 1-0. Fastball slices the outside corner, belt high for a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Time now to find out what else is happening today in the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. 1-1 the count as Bumstead deals. Fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Pelaez. In 12 innings, Iowa defeated Albuquerque by a final score of 2-1 in Des Moines, opening up a 7-game lead on Colorado Springs in the Central as the Sky Sox fall at Omaha 5-3. Now the 2-1 to Pelaez. Fastball foul back into the net, and the count's even at 2-2. In the 5th up in Tacoma, Edmonton leads the Rainiers 3-1. Later on, Oklahoma at New Orleans. That game should be underway already. Later on, Memphis at Nashville, Tucson at Fresno, and Las Vegas at Sacramento. Last night in the PCL, the former East High star Mike Gosling got the win. He's now 6-4 as Tucson beat Fresno 9-6. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball into the dirt. Ball 3. 3-2 the count on Pelaez. Other Salt Lake area product, Brandon Duckworth, was the losing pitcher in New Orleans' 5-1 defeat at the hands of Oklahoma. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Pelaez with a runner at first. And nobody out. Infield, double play depth. Let's see if they send McPherson here. He doesn't go. The payoff pitch, waved at and missed. He struck him out on a changeup. So Bumstead with his first punch out, strikeout number 3 for Portland pitching in the ball game. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who's 1 for 2 with a home run to the opposite field and left to the second. He struck out swinging in the 4th. In the American League, it's now a final from the Big A. The Angels beat the Tigers 3-2. And are 3 outs away from moving into, or to within rather, a half game of Oakland. In the West, here's a shot off the bat of Gordon down the right field side, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Nady. McPherson takes the turn at second, and he will advance to third on Brian Gordon's solid single to right. Now the Stingers have runners at the corners. With only 1 out, the batter, Will Nieves, who's bounced to short and fly to center field. That's the 8th hit of the ball game for the Stingers. In that ball game, the game-winning run coming out an RBI double by Darren Erstad in the 8th inning. I believe Scott Shields will get the win, and Percival the save. Kansas City leading at Oakland now 6-1 in the 9th inning. Runners at first and third, only 1 out. The pitch. Fastball high, 1-0 the count. Seattle with a 6-run 7th inning, now leading the Yankees 7-3 in the 9th. Baltimore scored 8 in the 8th to rally past Toronto 11-7. Now the pitch, swinging a slow roller toward short for Maniac charges and can't find the handle on it. Everybody is safe. And in to score is Dallas McPherson, and it's now 7-0 Stingers. So it will be an error charge to the shortstop for Maniac. Nieves, though, does get a run batted in on the play because you cannot assume the double play. So Nieves picks up his 46th run batted in. So 7-0 Stingers with runners at first and second base. Still only 1 out. Johnson has walked, scored in the second, grounded out to short in the 4th. Now Bumstead ready, the pitch. Johnson takes a fastball outside at the belt, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count. Nieves at the plate, or rather Nieves on at first base. Gordon, the runner at second, is Gary Johnson lines the base into the right field. Played on the hop by Nady. The stop sign up for Gordon as the throw comes in, but now going to third is Nieves, and he is out. And back to third base goes Gordon. Nieves running with his head down, never saw that Brian Gordon had been stopped at third. It'll be a base hit for Johnson. Gordon gets back safely as they put the tag on Nieves. So 2 outs, still 7-0 the ball game. And the batter will be Jake Growers, 2 for 2 with a walk and 3 runs scored. So runners at the corners, 2 out instead of the bases loaded, 1 out. Now Bumstead ready to pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Thrower. Twins beat the Indians 4-2 on a 2-run homer in the 10th by former Buzz fan Corey Koski to salvage the final game of that series and open up a 2-game lead again over the Indians in the American League Central. 1-0 pitch, a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and the count on Thrower is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Now Bumstead's pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 1-2. White Sox, that's the Red Sox 5-4. It was Texas topping Tampa Bay 6-2. In the National League, St. Louis and Atlanta. Again, a couple of hours away. You can hear that game tonight on 1320 KFan with the pregame coverage from ESPN Radio at 5:37. The 1-2. Thrower swings, grounds one towards the hole at short. For Maniac got it. The long throw across just in time to get Thrower by a half step. And that retires the side. The Stingers get a run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on the base paths. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is the Stingers 7, Portland nothing on ESPN 1230.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck!
Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. $88 down, $88 a month. Plus, during the final days of Toyotathon, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their Triple Play with a Toyota rebate and TDA match of your down payment. The Triple Play is back at Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15. With approved credit, example 01 Corolla, free payments of $88, 57 remaining payments of $278 at 8 APR with 88 down, negative equity applied, new loan balance offers, Canada combined.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Finally go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Stingers out in front of Portland by a score of 7-0. It'll be Ramon Vasquez, John Knott, and Xavier Nady, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up in the Beaver batting order to face Brandon Emanuel, who begins his 2nd inning of work. Ramon Vasquez has walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. Finishing up our look at the other scores in baseball, Houston rallied with 3 in the 9th to beat Montreal 5-4. Arizona and Randy Johnson shut out the Mets 2-0. 14 strikeouts for the big unit. First pitch to Vasquez, a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. San Diego wallops Cincinnati 7-2. Adam Eaton the winner, now 8-10. Giants beat the Phillies 3-1. Now the 0-1. Outside a fastball, 1-1 the count. Pittsburgh blank Colorado 3-0. Marlins rally with 2 in the 9th and 2 in the 10th to beat the Brewers 5-3. And the Cubs loose the Dodgers 8-5 as L.A. scores 5 runs in the 8th inning. 1-1 pitch is skied on the infield. Who's going to take it behind the mound? McPherson giving way to the shortstop. Halter, who reaches back and makes the catch for the out. He almost came in too far, so Vasquez retired, 1 away. Brings up John Knott, who's been up twice, and he has struck out twice. Both of those at bats against Scott Dunn. A 1 out here in the 6th inning. Not ready. The first pitch from Emmanuel. Swing at a fastball to foul. Back into the screen. Strike 1. No balls. 1 strike to count. Outfield shaded towards right for the right-hand batter as Emmanuel deals. Curveball grounded towards short. Scooped up by Halter. The step and the throw on target and in time for out number 2. 2 away. That'll bring up Xavier Nady, who's popped up and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Time now to look ahead at the Stingers' schedule, brought to you by University of Utah football. Defending Mountain West Conference and Liberty Bowl champions play 6 home games this year, starting with Texas A&M and finishing with BYU. Season tickets are now available at 581-UTICS or online at utahutes.com. U of U football, you ain't seen nothing yet. Again, this series concludes tomorrow with a 1:05 start Mountain Time. Steve Green for the Stingers against right-hander Justin Germano for Portland. There's a fastball fouled straight back, strike 1. Then Edmonton in for 4 games, 7 o'clock starts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday's game, Fan Appreciation Day. Actually, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday's game is an opener of a series with Las Vegas, but it's still, nonetheless, Fan Appreciation Day with a big fireworks show after the game. Fastball outside, ball 1, with prizes to be given away during the course of the game, so make plans to be there this coming Saturday when the Stingers play host to Las Vegas on Fan Appreciation Night. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Nady. The pitch, swing, and a miss to the changeup up and in, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7-0 Stingers, 1 in the first, 4 runs in the second, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. On the pitch. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did he go around? No. It's his first base umpire, Mike Jost, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to the right-hand batter. Now Emmanuel set. Brendan's pitch. Fastball lifted in the air towards left. That ball's up there. It's up there and on the street. A home run for Xavier Nady, his 3rd in as many days. And it's now a 7-1 ball game as the shutout is gone. Stingers pitching staff, the only staff in the league without a shutout. And they had one here for 5 2/3 innings. Nady's 3rd home run in as many days as we mentioned. He now has 7 hits and 11 at-bats in this series. And he left nothing to doubt on that one. That's the 12th home run surrendered by Emmanuel. And that brings up Yamid Had, who doubled and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Emmanuel ready in the first pitch here, and Had takes a fastball letter high in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Had. Emmanuel's 0-1 offering. Swinging a foul back into the screen, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. That shortstop, Kaz Matsui, placed on the disabled list today because of back spasms, making him the 3rd key member of the Mets lineup in the last week to go on the DL. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and a miss at a fastball away. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 1 run on 1 hit for home run by Nady. And so after 6 complete, It's the Stingers 7, Portland 1 on ESPN 1230.
Westland Ford wants to know, do you need a new car dealer?
If you ask your salesman a question and his answer is, well, that's the way we do it here in the big city, you may need a new car dealer. If your warranty is written on toilet paper, you may need a new car dealer. If the atmosphere at your dealer is sort of like death row on Saturday night, you may need a new car dealer. If every time you ask your salesman a question, his answer is, don't worry about it, you may need a new car dealer. When you take your car back for service, if your salesman hides under his desk, you may need a new car dealer.
At Westland Ford, we want to be your new car dealer. That's why we offer certified pre-owned vehicles with Westland's 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty.
Westland Ford.
3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden for over 25 years. Westland Ford. And remember,
if you thought any of this was funny, you probably do need a new car dealer.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Here we go to the 7th inning. Stingers leading the Beavers 7-1. It'll be Adam Riggs, Casey Kotzman, and Shane Halder to face right-hander Mike Bumstead, who begins his second inning of relief. Gave up 1 run in the 6th inning. Well, all the Major League action has been completed today, with the exception of tonight's Sunday night game between St. Louis and Atlanta. As Adam Riggs strolls to the plate, he's 2 for 3, including a 3-run home run in the game. So right now, let's update you on the standings in the Major Leagues. Brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores, featuring Western family brands. Only the best will do for you at Associated Food Stores. Again, no contest in the AL East. The Yankees lead the Red Sox by 10.5. First pitch to Riggs. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. In the Central, Minnesota leads Cleveland by 2, Chicago by 4. Again in the West, only a half game separates the top 3. Oakland in first, with the Rangers and Angels just a half game back. The 0-1 pitch, and Riggs pops it up foul onto the roof, out of play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes in the East. Pending Atlanta's game tonight, the Braves lead the Phillies and the Marlins each by 8.5 games. The Mets are 10.5 back. Cardinals lead the Cubs by 13. Dodgers lead both the Padres and Giants by 6.5 in the West. Now the 0-2. Punch to the right side, fielded on the 4th hop of the second baseman Vasquez. His sidearm toss to first gets Riggs for the first out of the inning. 1 away. Casey Kotzman, the batter. He's 0 for 2, but drove in a run with a sacrifice fly to left field his last time up. A 3-way tie for the American League wild card lead right now between Boston, Texas, and Anaheim. Cleveland 2.5 back. Chicago trails by 4.5. And Baltimore is 7 back. Now the first pitch to Kotzman, outside, ball 1. In the National League, the Cubs, Padres, and Giants are in a 3-way tie for the wild card race, with the Phillies and Marlins 4.5 back. A 1-0 to Casey. Change up high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Astros 6 out, the Mets 6.5 back. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh trail by 7 in the wild card. The 2-0 pitch to Kotzman. Fastball misses low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Left-handed throwing in the Portland bullpen. Mike Bumstead on the mound for Portland, signed by the Padres as an undrafted free agent in March of 2001 out of Cal State Northridge. A 3-0 delivery, and Kotzman takes a strike at the knees, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike on Casey, who had a 9-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. 3-1 offering from Bumstead. Swinging a foul. Back behind home plate, and the count is full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. 7-1 Salt Lake here in the 7th. Now the pitch. Low and inside. A breaking ball to the left-hand hitter, and that's ball 4, and that's the first walk issued by Bumstead. The 4th given out by Portland pitching in the ball game. So a runner at first, 1 down for Shane Halter, who tripled in a run in the first, popped the 2nd in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th, but he was eventually thrown out trying to steal. Pitch on the way, up high, ball 1 to Halter. Bumstead in his first year back in the Midwest League was 3rd among relievers there with 11.8 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. A 1-0. That's high with a fastball, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Halter. Who's playing at the AAA level for the first time since 1999 when he was in the Mets organization at Norfolk. 2-0 pitch on the way. Up high, ball 3. 3-0 to count on Halter. Now with a lefty McPherson due up and a left-hander getting ready in the bullpen, this may be the last batter for Bumstead, one way or the other. 3 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Green light for Shane, and he pops it up foul. First base side, Reisinger will have room in front of the Stingers dugout to make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson. 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 6th inning. Now let's see if they'll make the move to the lefty. I don't think they're going to. No movement out of the Beaver dugout as of yet. So they may try to let Bumstead get out of it here. 2 outs, a runner at first base. 7-1 Stingers. We're in the top of the 7th. First pitch to McPherson. A little bit high with an off-speed pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And the Stingers home Tuesday, opening up the series with the Edmonton Trappers. Foul back. If the Stingers hold on to this lead and Edmonton hangs on to theirs, Trappers trying to make it a 3-horse race will pull to within 5.5 for the first place Beavers. And pretty much the only race going on in the 4 divisions of the Pacific Coast League this year here in the North. The 1-1. Breaking ball low and inside. The count on McPherson. 2-1. Tacoma led most of the year before the Mariners just kept taking players away. Edmonton had the lead for a couple of days, but last few days it's belonged to Portland. 2 balls, 1 strike. Playing a ground ball foul, 2-2. By the way, that sound you hear in the background is a vendor walking by selling water. It's not that we put our microphone out into the desert listening to someone call through the sand looking for something to drink. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Otsman a short lead at first with 2 outs here in the 7th. The pitch inside at the knees to McPherson. That's ball 3, and the count is full at 3-2 with Alex Pelias on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, so Kochman will automatically be on the move with the pitch over at first base. Bumstead ready. The 3-2 delivery as Kochman goes. Swing and a miss. And a fastball up out of the strike zone, and then it retires the side. No runs, no hits. A walk and 1 runner left on the base path. It's 7th inning stretch time. Brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness. Now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's the Stingers 7, Portland 1 on ESPN 1230.
Most days, a great round of golf feels completely out of reach.
Oh, funky dog-loving Dublin anchors.
Slice, shank, hook, pull, or just miss.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
No matter your handicap, you have the chance to play the greatest round of your life when you tee it up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute at Thanksgiving Point and Promontory Ranch Club, August 12th and 13th. You can support their work with the most meaningful golf you can play. After the scores are tallied, Huntsman Cancer Institute is celebrating this year's donation gifts of companies, individuals, and organizations with a special evening of fun and entertainment at the Celebration of Hope Gala Dinner and Auction at the Salt Lake Marriott Downtown Hotel the evening of August 13th. So join us in celebration of the continuing work in progress at the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
I'll take a 9 on this one.
Please call Huntsman Cancer Institute for more information or log on to huntsmancancer.org. Special thanks to Delta Airlines, Deseret Morning News, and Layton Construction.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Seventh inning. Singers 7, Portland 1. It'll be Jake Gautreau, Alex Fernandez, and Ben Reisinger due up to face Brandon Emanuel, who begins his third inning of relief. A little bit of a delay in the seventh inning stretch as they had a lady come out and sing America the Beautiful in between innings, and now it's time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Jake Gautreau, Alex Fernandez, Ben Reisinger, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to face Brandon Emanuel. Don't forget to be on the lookout. Actually, we've already had it back in the 6th inning. Forgot to mention, we apologize, when Will Nieves brought home Dallas McPherson with a ground ball. That was our Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time the Stingers extend a lead after the 5th inning. That is the Geico Insurance Run. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico Insurance run of the game. So far this season, that is the 34th of the year, making the total donation $340. So Jake Gautreau to lead it off. He's flying to left, and he is struck out swinging. 5,359 paid here on a Sunday afternoon here in Portland. Beavers came into the day averaging just over 4,200, the 4th lowest average in the Pacific Coast League. Stingers currently in 7th at 65.09 per game, just 106 in average behind Oklahoma. So here's Gautreau to start things off here in the 7th against Emanuel. Beginning his third inning of relief. Brandon ready, and the first pitch to Gautreau. Fastball lifted foul. Third base side into the seats for strike one. No balls, 1 strike the count. Outfield, deep and around towards right for Gautreau. Missed part of last year with 2 years ago with ulcerative colitis. Here's a fastball foul back into the screen, 0-2. Giants beat the Phillies today, 3-1. San Francisco sweeps the series from Philadelphia. Former Kern star Scott Air, who's really been struggling of late, threw an inning and a 2/3 shutout baseball in relief of Brett Tomko today. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Gautreau. Leading off for Portland here in the 7th. Stingers out in front, 7-1. Now the pitch. Third ball tapped on 2 bounces back towards Emanuel, who gloves it and tosses to first for the out. 1 away on the comebacker by Gautreau to Emanuel. That'll bring up Alex Fernandez, who struck out swinging in the 2nd. Fouled out to the third baseman McPherson in the 5th. And Jim Tomei out for Philadelphia with a right shoulder injury. Phillies had gotten hot on the road, but they have really cooled off at home. I believe they've lost 5 out of 6 on the homestand to Colorado and San Francisco. First pitch to Fernandez. A breaking ball. Strike on the inside corner above the knees. 0-1. No balls. 1 strike to count. The pitch. Swung on and sliced foul out of play down the left field side. So the count on Fernandez 0-2. Alex, one of 3 players in this game who have one time or another been traded for D'Angelo Jimenez. Pitch. Fastball high and over the glove of Will Nieves. Stinger starter Scott Dunn was traded for Jimenez, who I think is now with Cincinnati. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, another little tap, backhanded by Emmanuel, third base side of the mound, and throws high. Kotzman reaches back for the tag and can't get him. Emmanuel rushed the throw, and it looked like he would have had Fernandez by a couple of steps, but his throw was high to the foul side at first base. Kotzman had to come off the bag to get it. Tried to make the sweep tag and missed him. Well, there's the first Stinger's error. A runner at first, 1 out. That'll bring up Ben Reisinger as 0 for 2. Struck out swinging his last time up. Darren Erstad double in the 8th to bring home the go-ahead run, and the Angels 3-2 win over the Tigers. And a fastball high, ball 1 against Scott Shields. Got the win. He's 6-2. Don Figgins starting in right field today for the Angels. The 6th different position he has started a game at for Anaheim this year. 1-0 pitch fouled off the glove of the catcher Nieves, and the count's even at 1-1. He's also started in center, left, third, short, and second. Vladimir Guerrero given the day off because he's lifetime 1 for 12 against Jason Johnson. Emmanuel ready, the 1-1. Line through the middle into center field, a base hit. That one almost took the belt buckle off of Brandon. And now the Beavers with an uprising. Runners at first and second with 1 out. The batter will be J.J. Permaniak. Activity now in the Salt Lake bullpen as a right-hander is up. So 2 on, 1 out. Here in the 7th. Can't tell for sure, but I believe that's Ben Weber. And now here's Permaniak. 2 on, 1 out. An error has opened the door for the Beavers here in the 7th inning. Now Emmanuel looking in, getting his sign from the catcher Nieves. The first pitch, Permaniak swing, but misses with a fastball away. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count in that game. Former Stingers, Darren Erstad, 1 for 4 with an RBI, hitting .307. Jeff Devannon, 1 for 4, hitting .282. Bob Quinlan 0 for 2, dropping to .344. The 0-1 pitch, fastball foul, back into the screen, 0-2. Curtis Pride 0 for 1. He's batting .250, and Sean Figgins, as we mentioned, goes 2 for 3, lifting his average to .298. Scott Shields, 2 scoreless innings, now 6-2 for the Angels with a 2.94 earned run average. Now the 0-2. Breaking ball, he hung that one, and it's lined in the left center field, a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Fernandez as the throw goes to third. It's an RBI single for Permaniak. And it's now a 7-2 ball game. That run is unearned. So now a 7-2 ball game, and the top of the order coming up as Rich Bombard makes his way out to the mound, the Stingers pitching coach, to talk things over with Brandon. And maybe buy some time for the bullpen. 2 on, 1 out, 1 in. As the error opened the doors, Brandon's become unraveled a little bit. Sits the 4th throw over the first base. So 2 on, 1 out, 1 in for the Beavers here in the 7th. Freddie Guzman, the batter. He's 0 for 2 plus a walk. So here's Guzman now. Manuel ready in the pitch. Into the dirt. Good backhand swipe by Nieves to save that one. The count's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Seven runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for Portland. Now the 1-0. Fastball, high and inside. Ball 2. 4 hits now in the ball game for Portland. 2 on. 1 out here in the 7th. Stingers leading 7-2. Now the 2-0. Swinging a foul back. Stingers with a 5-run lead. Trying to keep it that way. Not allow the Beavers to come back in this one. Stingers leading 7-2 here in the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. And the pitch to Guzman. Breaking ball, waved at and missed. A strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'll take that back. That's a strikeout. Scoreboard was right. There's a rare occasion. For Brandon Emanuel, that will be his 3rd strikeout. So the situation now, 2 on and 2 out. A run in. And the batter will be Ramon Vasquez, who's 0 for 2 plus a walk. Now Manuel looks in, gets his sign from Nieves. The pitch to Vasquez on the way. Ripped down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble. And it hits the foul pole, it's trouble. A 3-run homer for Ramon Vasquez. And now it's a 7-5 game. That ball had some hook on it, but not quite enough as it hit the foul pole and right. A 3-run homer for Ramon Vasquez. All of the runs here in the 7th are unearned. But they're on the board, and the Beavers are within 2. And that's going to be all for Brandon Emanuel, who ran out of gas here in the 7th. So Mike Crumley making a connected wireless call to the bullpen. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless. Call 205-FREE for the location nearest you. We'll be back with the numbers on the new Stingers pitcher after this on ESPN 1230.
This is Steve Brown. You know, your car's performance is not a luxury. It's a necessity. There's a reason for that. Our most valuable commodities ride in our cars. Our significant other, our kids. And you want your car to perform when it needs to. It's no time for a transmission to fail when you're merging into freeway traffic, or you're ready to turn left in front of that vehicle at a stoplight. Your transmission has to work. And the place to make sure it works correctly is AMCO Transmissions. That's right, you know the name, AAMCO. You don't want to trust it to a beginner, and they're not. For 40 years, AMCO Transmissions has taken care of the nation's transmission needs. They've done it right 20 million times. And the time to take care of your transmission is now. Go in and get a free diagnostic checkup. Tell them I sent you. Go to any one of the 5 AMCO transmissions along the Wasatch Front and find out what I know. They care. They're professionals, and they'll do it right. AMCO Transmissions.
What was once a laugher, now a nail-biter. 7-5 Stingers as Ben Weber comes in with 2 outs and nobody on. 4 unearned runs across the board for the Beavers here in the 7th inning. Ben Weber coming on for Ben. This will be his 7th appearance as a Stinger. He's 0-1 with a 12.60 earned run average. But since returning from his bout with carpal tunnel syndrome, he is not allowed a run in 2 innings of work. He'll face Knott, who struck out twice and grounded to short. Brandon Emanuel, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits allowed, 5 runs. 1 of them earned. He struck out 3 and walked 1 with 2 home runs allowed. First batter he'll face Knott. Weber, 6'4", 205. At his 14th year, struggled at the start of the year with Anaheim. Sent down to the Stingers, struggled with Salt Lake before he finally mentioned the injury, and they finally found it to be, of all things, carpal tunnel syndrome. So here's John Knott now, with the bases empty, 2 outs and 4 across. Tacoma with 2 runs in the 7th has tied Edmonton at 3. Emanuel's pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knee, strike 1, or I should say Ben Weber's pitch on the outside corner at the knee, strike 1. Weber's pitch inside at the bell, 1-1. Ben with that herky-jerky motion out of the mound. High leg kick on top of it. 1 ball, 1 strike to count as Weber deals. Sinker low, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. All of a sudden now, the Beavers in a situation where they only need 1 batter to get on base to bring the tying run to the plate. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And a splitter, 2-2. Again, it all started on a 2-hopper to the third base side of the mound. Brandon Emanuel fielded it cleanly, but made a poor throw to first, pulling Casey Kuntzman off the bag. And that opened the door here in the 7th. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Knott goes down swinging for the 3rd time of the ball game, but the Beavers close the gap. 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on the base paths. We go to the 8th with now the Stingers 7 and Portland 5 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
How you doing? I'm Bruno, the air conditioning guy.
Yes, listen, there's a green fungus growing on the swamp cooler down the side of my house.
I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a hose and we're going to squirt that right out.
Yes, thank you. Awful boy.
There is no way a hose is going to fix that problem. With a swamp cooler, recycled water is pulled from a bed of fungus-saturated liquid, poured over deteriorating wood fibers, then forced into your home for you to breathe. Take action. A sophisticated central air conditioning and filtration system will eliminate fungus, bacteria, and mold before it ever reaches your lungs. Take action. Action installs only the best, like Train, Carrier, Tempstar, and Rheem at the lowest price in Salt Lake. Take Action's lowest price challenge. It's easy. If we can't get you the lowest price, we'll give you $50 for your trouble. This $50 offer is great, so please call us for details. Take action. Call Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning at 363-5575. That's 363-5575.
Left-hander Eddie Oropesa on now for Portland as we go to the 8th inning. 7-5. Stingers lead was at one time 7-0. Now it's a 7-5 ball game. Alex Pelaez, Brian Gordon, and Will Nieves, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up to face left-hander Eddie Oropesa, making his 29th appearance for Portland. He's 2-1 with 1 save and a 2.12 earned run average, although his 1 loss came at the hands of the Stingers back on July the 24th in front of over 16,000 at Franklin Covey Field. Gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 4 hits in 2 innings of work. First pitch to Alex Pelaez, low and outside for ball 1. Pelaez had an RBI single against Oropesa in that game. The pitch, fastball, ripped towards left. Hernandez looks up. It's up there. It's out there, and it's gone. A line drive home run out of the street by Alex Pelaez, and the Stingers have a 3-run lead at 8-5. A rope off the bat of Alex, his 6th home run for the Stingers this year, and a little bit more breathing room as the Stingers have a 3-run lead. That is the 3rd home run hit by the Stingers in the ball game today. The 6th for Alex, his 53rd run batted in. So Alex fighting the hand that once fed him. Here's Brian Gordon, who's 2 for 3. First pitch up and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Gordon. Speaking of home runs, time to find out who's hitting the cover off the ball in the PCL. Brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Curveball in at the knees, a strike, 1-1. Take up to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. Alvin Pickering of Omaha continues to lead, but he's stuck on 31 home runs right now. A 1-1. Gordon swings and misses at a curveball, 1-2. Scott Siebel of Memphis is next with 28 home runs. Now the pitch, Gordon tries to hold up on a breaking ball and can't do it. A strikeout for Oropesa, his first, 5th for Portland pitching in the ball game. So 1 out here in the 8th inning, and the batter will be Will Nieves, who's 0 for 3 with a run batted in. He had an RBI single against Oropesa in Salt Lake. After Siebel with 28, Luis Garcia of Las Vegas and Kevin Witt of Memphis are tied for 3rd at 27. Andy Tracy of Colorado Springs, Phil Hyde of New Orleans, each with 26. As the changeup to Nieves misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 8-5 Stingers. We're in the 8th. There's a pitch down low for a ball. 2-0 the count on Will. Edmonton and Tacoma tied at 3 going into the 9th now at Cheney Stadium. Now the pitch. Line into center field, a base hit. So Nieves with his first hit of the day. The Stingers 11th of the contest. Now with a runner at first base and 1 out. It'll be Gary Johnson's turn to bat. He has walked and singled in the ball game, but now he's going to be pinch hit for as the big cat Andres Galarraga has picked up a bat, and he'll pinch hit for Gary Johnson. So Galarraga pinch hitting here in the 8th inning with a runner at first base. Galarraga looking for his first hit here in Portland, and he is struggled at the plate so far. Galarraga 0 for 9. So 1 on, 1 out the pitch. Galarraga takes a sidearm fastball outside at the knees, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Again, Galarraga hitless in 9 at-bats in this series against Beavers pitch. Oropesa ready, the 1-0. Swung on, little tap, third base side. The shortstop for Maniac Chargers goes to second for 1, to first for 2. For the inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. But the Stingers get a run on the home run by Pelaez. 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Stingers 8, Portland 5 on ESPN 1230.
When's the last time you got a bonus, just like that?
Well, a $2,000 bonus is waiting for you at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, because between now and the end of August, you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks for the purchase of a 2003 Honda VTZ 1800 motorcycle. You can use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. And right now, you can ride off with a Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle with 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years and 0 down payment upon approved credit through American Honda Finance Corporation. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele and use your $2,000 in bonus bucks on parts or accessories. With your new gear, you're going to be cruising the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Financing available to qualified buyers through July 31st, 2004. Payment example, 36 monthly payments of $29.48 for each $1,000 finance. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
All right, we go now to the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th. Singers leading by 3 now at 8-5. Changes for the Singers. Brian Gordon moves over from center to right as Gary Johnson was lifted, and taking Brian's spot in center field will be Zach Sorensen. So Sorensen into play center. This shake-up of the Singers lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. It's the season for fresh berry shakes at Jake's Over the Top. They're now serving fresh strawberry and Bear Lake raspberry shakes. Cool off with a great shake today, because at Jake's, they don't stop at the top. So, Ben Weber to face Xavier Nady, Yamid Had, and Jake Gotro. Of course, Brian Gordon moves over to right. Zach Sorensen then gets inserted into the lineup in the number 9 spot. In the batting order. So here's Xavier Nady. 1 for 3. That won a home run that broke up the shutout bid by the Stingers in the 6th. And now the lead is 3. It was 7 at one point. First pitch to Nady, and it's cut out and missed. Change up for a strike, 0-1. The big motion by Weber, but only an 83-mile-per-hour delivery. Now the pitch inside for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Fastball just missed. And so the count, 2 balls and a strike on Nady. Outfield straight away for the right-hand batter, who's hit 3 homers in the first 3 games of this series. Swings it. It's a 3-hopper to short. Halter on the knee-high hop has it. Throw across on target and in time for out number 1. So Nady retired. That'll bring up Yamid Had, who doubled back in the second. Since then, he has struck out twice. So 1 out, nobody on base. So again, 1 out, nobody on base. The pitch. And it's a strike called, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Here on the right hand hitting Yamid Had. Dan Weber with that odd motion. The pitch swing and a miss. 0-2. The results are good, though, as he got Had up to wave and miss on a 76-mile-per-hour changeup. Now the pitch. Breaking ball into the dirt. 1-2 the count. On right-handed hitting, Yamid Had. Stingers pitchers have combined to strike out 12 batters in this game. The pitch. Swung on, that's line to left. Up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Off the cinder block wall and left. A solo homer for Yamid Hod. And that is his 8th home run of the year. And it's now a 2-run game again at 8-6. Well, Hod with the home run. And so once again, the one-time 7-run lead is down to 2. And the batter will be Jake Gotro, 0 for 3. With the home run on the top of the inning, looms large by Alex Pelaez. There's a pitch, pop foul, third base side, out of play. And that is strike one. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now the 0-1. Into the dirt, bounces by Nieves, and the count's even. A 1-1 strike. In baseball, Canada defeated Chinese Taipei today 7-0. Now the line in the 1-1 swing and a miss for the fastball 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On left-handed hitting, Jake Gotro. Now the pitch. Breaking ball low and outside to the left-hand batter. And the count on Gotro is even. At 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Rip foul outside the bag at first. So it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for a box score rather, but can't find it as far as see what happened in that Team Canada game. How Jeff Kyle and Ryan Razmanovich did, and if Eric Sear got in. 2-2 pitch is grounded towards first. Fielded, bobbled by Kochman, but he recovers and takes it 4 steps to the bag for the out. 2 down. That'll bring up Alex Fernandez. Reached on that big throwing error by Emmanuel that started the 4-run inning off in the 7th inning. That got the Beavers back into the ball game. So 2 out, bases empty for Fernandez. Now Weber ready. First pitch to Fernandez, and it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 8-6 Salt Lake here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to Hopper, to the second baseman thrower, who gobbles it up, sidearms it over to first, and that'll do it for the Beavers in the 8th. 1 run, though, on the home run by Hod. 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on. We head to the 9th. It's Salt Lake 8, the Beavers 6 on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Westland Ford wants to know, do you need a new car dealer?
If you ask your salesman a question and his answer is, well, that's the way we do it here in the big city, you may need a new car dealer. If your warranty is written on toilet paper, you may need a new car dealer. If the atmosphere at your dealer is sort of like death row on Saturday night, you may need a new car dealer. If every time you ask your salesman a question, his answer is, don't worry about it, you may need a new car dealer. When you take your car back for service, if your salesman hides under his desk, you may need a new car dealer.
At Westland Ford, we want to be your new car dealer. That's why we offer certified pre-owned vehicles with Westland's 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. Westland Ford, 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden for over 25 years. Westland Ford. And remember,
if you thought any of this was funny, you probably do need a new car dealer.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service. And it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336. Right here in Layton.
We go to the ninth. Singers leading by 2 at 8-6. Top of the order. Jake Thrower, Adam Riggs, and Casey Kochman due up to face left-hander Eddie Oropesa. First pitch on the way. A fastball outside above the knees. Ball 1. Thrower on the day, 2 for 3. And he has scored 3 runs. Now the 1-ball pitch. Thrower spanks it on the ground. Backhanded by Vasquez on one knee. Gets up and throws to first for the out. Thrower retired, and there's 1 down here in the Salt Lake ninth. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, who's 2 for 4, including a 3-run homer. Back in the second inning. He extended his hitting streak to 11 games with his first inning single. So 1 out, nobody on. Now the pitch. Sinker low, ball 1 to Riggs. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Singers leading by 2 in a game they once led by 7. Pitch, fastball strike to the outside corner above the knees. 1-1 the count on Riggs. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, the Beavers will have Reisinger, Fermaniak, and Guzman. The 8-9-1 hitters due up. There's a fastball just a little bit low, ball 2. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike the pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Three balls, 1 strike. Now Riggs awaits the pitch from the left-hander. Fastball, strike on the outside corner above the knees, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the ninth. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on, chopped past the mound. The shortstop Fermaniak to his left. Grabs it off the short hop and throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Stingers' ninth. That'll bring up Casey Kochman, who's 0 for 2, but he has also hit a sacrifice fly to drive in a run and walk. So 2 outs, base is empty. Kochman at the plate with 2 outs, and the base is empty for the Stingers here in the ninth inning. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a foul into the glove of the catcher Hahn, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. 0-2 the count on the left-hand batter. Now Oropesa's pitch. Curveball a little bit low. 1-2 the count on Kochman. 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 6-1 for the Beavers. Stingers have left 4 men on base, while Portland has stranded 3. 1-2 pitch on the way, and Kochman grounds it foul over into the Stingers dugout at first. So it's still 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Kochman. Now Oropesa ready. Here's the 1-2. Curveball foul back over the screen and out of play, and the ball being chased down by a young lady who brought her glove but missed the foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Left-hander Eddie Oropesa. In his 12th professional season, he's appeared in 109 Major League games with Philadelphia and Arizona prior to this year. 1-2 pitch, fastball up and in as Kaufman hits the deck to get out of the way, and that evens the count at 2-2. He did appear in 16 games for the Padres this year, won 2 and lost 1, but his ERA was 11. He's 1-1 lifetime against the Stingers. This is his 11th appearance in his career against Salt Lake. Two balls, 2 strikes. Orepesa's pitch. Breaking ball into the dirt, skipping by the catcher, hot back to the screen, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tacoma defeated Edmonton today 4-3 with a run in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch swung on, punch to the right side. Vasquez far to his left, flags it down and throws him out to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down go the Stingers in the 9th. After 8 1/2 innings of play, it's the Stingers 8, the Beavers 6 on ESPN 1230.
Are you trapped in your old car?
Help! Let me out of here!
Do you owe more than it's worth?
Help! I'm stuck!
Gee, thanks. Who are you guys?
Carl Malone Toyota, offering you escape from your current lease or loan. Once we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade-in no matter how much you owe, and put you into any one of hundreds of new Toyotas or quality used vehicles for just $88 down, $88 a month. And our intention is to finance everyone. $88 down, $88 a month. Plus, during the final days of Toyota Talk, Carl Malone Toyota offers you their Triple Play with a Toyota rebate and TDA match of your down payment. The Triple Play is back at Carl Malone Toyota, Southtown Auto Mall, Salt Lake City, exit 106, I-15. With approved credit, example 01 Corolla, 3 payments of $88, 57 remaining payments of $278 at 8 APR with 88 down, negative equity applied. New loan balance offers cannot be combined.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Derek Turnbull on to try to close it off for the Stingers here in the 9th. The Stingers leading by a score of 8-6. Turnbull making his 40th appearance of the year. His 39th in relief. He's 2-5 with 5 saves and a 4.77 earned run average. PCL batting .272 against right-hander Derek Turnbull. Worked a scoreless 6th inning here in the ball game on Friday. Tacoma got an RBI single from Luis Ugueto in the bottom of the 9th to defeat Edmonton 4-3. So if the Stingers hang on, the Rainiers will be back to within a game and a half of the lead in the North, and it would also pull Edmonton to within 5.5 as they once again try to make it a 3-horse race. Ben Reisinger, J.J. Fermaniak, and Freddie Guzman to face Derek Turnbull. Ben Weber went an inning and a third, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. He struck out 1, did not walk a batter, and gave up 1 home run. Ben Reisinger 1 for 3. He singled and scored his last time up. Now there's a blimp overhead now. I don't think I've ever seen a blimp at a PCL game before. There's a fastball strike 0-1. Although it's probably not hovering over the ballpark because of the game. It's on its way to the big fight of Portland going on the riverfront where you sample some 50 different restaurants in the Portland area. 0-1 pitch on the way. Foul. Back over the screen. A strike 0-2. Riggs, Sorensen, Gorman left, center, and right. McPherson, Halter, Thrower, and Kotzman, the infield third to first. A battery of Turnbull pitching and Nieves catching. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Stingers with a 2-run lead at 8-6. The pitch. Fisted foul into the seats to the right of home plate. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Derek Turnbow on here in the ninth. Trying for his 6th save. Now the right-hander ready in the 0-2. Swung on and driven into center field. Sorensen going back, still going back to the warning track. It's gone, a home run. Sorensen gave it a leap at the wall. We had to hesitate to see whether or not he had grabbed it, but he did not. Reisinger with his 4th home run, and now it's a 1-run game. 7th of the ball game for Portland, but 3 of them have been home runs in the last 3 innings. Now here's J.J. Permaniak, who's 1 for 2. 8-7 the score. The pitch. High ball 1. Boy, oh boy. This would be a tough one to let get away. The 1-0 pitch. Strike at the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Actually, that is the 4th home run in 4 innings for Portland. So 4 of their 7 hits have left the yard. The 1-1. Fastball outside at the knees, 2-1. The count on Permaniak. Outfield back, the infield likewise. Now Turnbull ready, the 2-1 pitch. Line in the left field, a base hit. That one's heading towards the corner. Rick's playing the carom. Permaniak will have to hold it first with a long single. But now the tying run is aboard with nobody out. And Freddie Guzman will be the batter. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. And Rich Bombard going to the mound to talk with Derek Turnbow. So now Guzman, the hitter. He may be bunting, and with his speed, you got to just worry about getting that out at first. No hesitation on the play. So Permaniak, the tying run at first with nobody out. 8-7 Salt Lake. Now Guzman, the batter. Turnbull ready to pitch. Guzman shows bunt and takes high, ball 1. Again, after 5.5, the Stingers led 7-0. They still had a 7-1 lead going into the bottom of the 7th, but 4 unearned runs closed the gap. And now the Beavers are within 1. McPherson in close at third. Kotzman holding the runner on at first. Turnbull, the turn is crossed over, and Permaniak is back. Permaniak, 5 out of 9 in the stolen base department this year. Guzman, his only home run was an inside the park home run, July 26th at Salt Lake. He bunts, first base side. Turnbull quickly off the mound. The underhand toss to Kotzman for the out. But a successful sacrifice, 1-3, and there's 1 down in the 9th, but now the tying run is in scoring position for Ramon Vasquez, who really is the guy that tightened up this game with a 3-run home run that he hooked off the foul pole and right. So the tying run at second base with 1 out. The outfield straight away, the infield back. Infield has to knock down any ground ball their way that they can't make a play for the out on. They still need to try to knock it down to keep that runner from scoring. For Maniac at second, one out, Turnbow ready, and the pitch to Vasquez. High fastball, 0-1, or rather 1-0. And we missed high and outside. A right-hander up in the Portland bullpen in case we go to the 10th. Hardy McCleary, their closer. In the meanwhile, the Stinger bullpen's quiet. It's up to Derek Turnbow. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Sails high and outside. Ball 2. And the meat of the orders coming up. John Knott followed by Xavier Nady. Two balls, no strikes. As Turnbow has fallen behind in the count. Now Derek ready, the 2-0. Swung on and pop foul. Third base side onto the roof, 2-1. The 2 balls, 1 strike. The count on left-hand hitting Ramon Vasquez. Stingers came into this game 17-0 when leading on the road after 8 innings, but that perfect record very much in jeopardy here. The 2-1 to Vasquez. Ripped into right field. Gordon going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. And the game is over, and the Beavers have won it. Ramon Vasquez with his second home run of the ball game, and the Beavers win it with 3 runs at the bottom of the 9th. On 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The final score, the Portland Beavers 9 and the Salt Lake Stingers 8. We'll be back with the 10th inning show after this on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
When's the last time you got a bonus, just like that? Well, a $2,000 bonus is waiting for you at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, because between now and the end of August, you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks for the purchase of a 2003 Honda VTZ 1800 motorcycle. You can use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. And right now, you can ride off with a Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle with 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years and 0 down payment upon approved credit through American Honda Finance Corporation. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele and use your $2,000 in bonus bucks on parts or accessories. With your new gear, you're going to be cruising the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Financing available to qualified buyers through July 31st, 2004. Payment example, 36 monthly payments of $29.48 for each $1,000 finance. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Lots of fakes, roll the crowd down the hook.
This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230.
Saved up for the left field.
The worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station. The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to Portland, where the Stingers let one get away. They led 7-0 after 5.5 innings. The Beavers end up defeating the Stingers 9-8. They rallied with 3 runs at the bottom of the 9th for the win. For the Beavers, 9 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. And for the Stingers, 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and 4 runners left on. The winning pitcher, Eddie Oropesa, now 3-1 on the season, while the losing pitcher is Derek Turnbow. He drops to 2-6 on the year. Don't have a time of game as of yet, And the paid attendance, 9,359, is a tough one to swallow for the Stingers, as Portland had only 9 hits in the entire ball game, but 5 of them were home runs, including 2 in the ninth. A solo shot by Ben Reisinger to lead off the frame. And then the 2-run homer by Ramon Vasquez that won it. Vasquez with a 3-run homer in the 7th that closed the gap in the ball game. He came into the game with only 5 home runs all year. But the Beavers get the come-from-behind win, and that allows them to retain their first-place spot in the North Division by a game and a half. Tacoma had one just a few moments ago, but the ball game won by the Beavers today by a final score of 9-8. A tough one for the Stingers as Eric Turnbow suffers the blown save in the 9th inning. So, Portland wins it by a score of 9-8. When we come back, we'll take a look at the other scores as well as have our defensive play of the game, and that's all coming up next on ESPN 1230.
Westland Ford wants to know, do you need a new car dealer?
If you ask your salesman a question and his answer is, well, that's the way we do it here in the big city, you may need a new car dealer. If your warranty is written on toilet paper, you may need a new car dealer. If the atmosphere at your dealer is sort of like death row on Saturday night, you may need a new car dealer. If every time you ask your salesman a question, his answer is, don't worry about it, you may need a new car dealer. When you take your car back for service, if your salesman hides under his desk, you may need a new car dealer.
At Westland Ford, we want to be your new car dealer. That's why we offer certified pre-owned vehicles with Westland's 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. Westland Ford, 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden for over 25 years. Westland Ford. And remember,
if you thought any of this was funny, you probably do need a new car dealer.
You've got the kids, they've got the summer, and we've got the pool. All Seasons is the place to start the summer. Doughboy Above Ground Pools will start and finish your summer, filling every day with refreshing good times for all. Doughboy Pools mean family fun that's refreshingly affordable, and All Seasons has just the right pool for your family right now. With Above Ground Pools starting at just $466 complete, you can take the heat out of summer for your very favorite people, the kids. Hurry into All Seasons now for your Doughboy pool, accessories, and chemicals. All pools are at least 30% below suggested retail. The summer won't wait. The kids can't wait, and you shouldn't wait to make this summer the best family fun summer ever. Any season, any reason, at All Seasons. Just off I-15 in Bountiful and Sandy. All Seasons pool, patio, spa, and game room.
Welcome back to PTE Park in Portland, where the Beavers came from a 7-0 deficit to defeat the Stingers by a final score of 9-8. Time now for today's Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulos Auto Group. We go to the second inning with a runner at 2nd and 2 out, and Ben Reisinger at the plate. 2-2 pitch is lifted in the air towards left. Riggs going back to the corner in front of the 3-17 side into foul ground. Leaps up. Does he have it? He does. A great leaping catch by Adam Riggs in foul ground. Retires Reisinger and the side in the second inning. And that's our Anything's Possible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulos Auto Group. For the best deals on an American Revolution of Chevy cars and trucks, visit Gus Paulos Chevrolet at 35th South and 40th West. With Gus, anything's possible. Let's take a look now at what else happened in Major League Baseball and the PCL today and tonight. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal Light Bulb. Check out the Reveal Bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. In the Pacific Coast League, as we mentioned, Luis Ugueto's RBI single in the bottom of the ninth gave Tacoma a 4-3 win over Edmonton today, keeping the Rainiers a game and a half out and dropping the Trappers 7.5 back in the North Division race behind Portland. After 12 innings in Des Moines, Iowa defeated Albuquerque by a score of 2-1. Omaha topped Colorado Springs 5-3, dropping the Sky Sox now 7 full games behind Iowa in the Central Division race. They're in the 8th at New Orleans. The Zephyrs are shutting out Oklahoma 4-0. After 2 in Nashville, Memphis leads the Sounds 5-1. Later on, Tucson is at Fresno, and Las Vegas visits Sacramento. All the Major League action is complete except one game that's about to get started in Atlanta, and over on 1320 KFAN, it's ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. St. Louis at Atlanta, former Memphis Redbird. Danny Herron getting the start for St. Louis. He's 0-2 with the Cardinals. John Thompson, 9-7, goes for the Braves. Elsewhere, the Astros rallied with 3 in the 9th to beat Montreal 5-4. Randy Johnson strikes out 14 as the Diamondbacks blank the Mets 2-0. San Diego topped Cincinnati 7-2. It was San Francisco completing their sweep of the Phillies 3-1, the final score at Philadelphia. Pittsburgh at home shut out Colorado 3-0. A 5-hitter for Josh Fogg and Jose Mesa. In 10 innings, Florida a winner at Milwaukee 5-3, and the Dodgers rallied with 5 runs in the 8th to beat the Cubs 8-5. Over in the American League, it was Baltimore coming from behind with an 8-run 8th inning to beat Toronto 11-7. In 10 innings at Cleveland, the Twins doubled up the Indians 4-2. Corey Koski's 2-run homer in the 10th, winning it for Minnesota to open up a 2-game lead again over Cleveland in the American League Central. At Boston, the White Sox edged the Red Sox 5-4. At Arlington, Texas topped Tampa Bay 6-2. The Angels pushed across a run in the 8th on an RBI double by Darren Erstad as the Angels beat the Tigers 3-2. Kansas City topped Oakland 6-1, and it was Seattle rallying with 6 runs in the 7th to beat the Yankees by a final score of 7-3. And that's a look at the other scores around baseball. Back with some of the highlights of today's game here in Portland after this on ESPN 1230.
Quick Link, that's just emissions, 569-0200. 569-0200.
Hey, great commercial. And I'm hoping people are listening because they're going to save money.
Does this diagnostic thing really work?
Oh, man, it's amazing. It's brand new. It's absolutely amazing. Your car computer tells our computer what's wrong with it because it knows. Our computer sends it to a massive database by the Internet, gets researched very quickly, comes back, and we have 5-6 page printout in 10 minutes or less.
So I walk out the door for $30 with a third-party confirmation of what's wrong with my car.
In your hand.
Go to my mechanic, no diagnostic time.
No diagnostic time. Diagnostic time can be $60 to $120. We charge you $30.
That's a deal.
It is a deal.
If I'm going to buy a used car, if I've got a car with over 50,000 miles on it.
What if you're going on a long trip?
Nice.
You'd like to know. Yep, that's it. It's as honest as it can be.
Just emissions, 569-0200.
So honest.
569-0200.
When's the last time you got a bonus? You know, just like that. Well, the $2,000 bonus is waiting for you at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele because between now and the end of August, you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks for the purchase of a 2003 Honda VTC 1800 motorcycle. You can use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. And right now, you can ride off with a Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle with 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years and 0 down payment upon approved credit through American Honda Finance Corporation. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele and use your $2,000 in bonus bucks on parts or accessories. With your new gear, you're going to be cruising the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Financing available to qualified buyers through July 31st, 2004. Payment example, 36 monthly payments of $29.48 for each $1,000 finance. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Welcome back to Portland, where the Stingers got off to a good start. Big thrower and Adam Riggs opened up the first with singles after a double play ball. Left the runner at third and 2 out. Shane Halter came to the plate. The 2-2 pitch swung on. That's driven in the air to left center field. Guzman going back, still going back on the track at the wall. Makes the catch. Now the ball pops free. In to score on the play is Thrower. Racing for third is Halter. The throw, the slide, and he is safe. The ball hits him in the back, but it's backed up by the pitcher, Sweeney. A great effort by Freddie Guzman in center field, but he could not hang on to it, and the Stingers take a 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead in favor of the Stingers, and then in the second with one out and nobody on base, Brian Gordon extended the advantage. Gordon laces one towards left. Fernandez going back. It's up there, and it's gone. Off the cinder wall over the left field fence, an opposite field home run for Brian Gordon. And the Stingers have a 2-0 lead. With two out, Gary Johnson and Jake Thrower walked, and Adam Riggs launched a 3-run homer, and the Stingers were up 5-0. They made it 6-0 in the fifth on a sacrifice fly by Casey Konchman, and made it a 7-0 lead as Dallas McPherson scored from third on Will Nieves' ground ball that was booted by the shortstop J.J. Fermaniak. So it was 7-0 Salt Lake after 5.5. But then the Beavers would get on the board in the sixth on a two-out solo homer by Xavier Nady. In the bottom of the seventh inning with one out, a comebacker to Emmanuel to the third base side of the mound. He threw wildly to first base, allowing Fernandez to reach. That opened the door. As Ben Reisinger singled, Fernandez scored on a base hit by Fermaniak to make it 7-2. Ramon Vasquez hooked one down the right field line off the foul pole in right for a 3-run homer to make it a 7-5 ball game. But the Stingers reestablished their 3-run lead in the top of the eighth with Alex Pelaez leading off. Game, the pitch, fastball, ripped towards left. Fernandez looks up, it's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A line drive home run onto the street by Alex Pelaez, and the Stingers have a 3-run lead at 8-5. But it was back to a 2-run lead after a solo homer by Yamid Hahn off of Ben Weber in the eighth to make it an 8-6 ball game. The Stingers went up and down in order in the ninth. In the bottom of the ninth against Eric Turnbow, Ben Reisinger led off with a home run to center field to make it an 8-6 ball game. J.J. Fermaniak then singled to left field. Freddie Guzman sacrificed him over to second, bringing up Ramon Vasquez. The 2-1 to Vasquez. Ripped into right field. Gordon going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. And the game is over, and the Beavers have won it. 9-8 the final on Ramon Vasquez. Second home run of the ball game as Portland wins it by a final score of 9-8. We'll come back with our Ace Hardware most helpful player of today's game, as well as let you know a little bit about tomorrow afternoon's game right after this. Final timeout on ESPN 1230.